will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Guinea Pig Collective Live, nibbling at your toes.
What?
I said nibbling at your toes.
What?
Oh, God damn it.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
And we got the Lasso of Truth with us. How are you doing, Lasso?
I'm good. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me on, Tommy.
Oh, no. Oh, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on. One of the best mods that I have on my channel, along with Bone and RR and a few other people that are always dropping links for me, doing the work that I no longer want to do. I'm going to start off just by saying, like, one of the things that actually drew me to YouTube initially was the chats. Like everybody else that had started, we started in the chats. We hung out with people. Maybe some of us didn't even actually chat at first. Like I know for a long time I would just hang out in the chat and I would just watch what everybody else is saying, listen to what the people on the panel are saying, and just hanging out and watching the show and being entertained. And eventually I started interacting with some of the people. And then eventually I wound up getting into the point where I started modding for a bunch of channels. And before I knew it, I wound up modding for over 60 plus channels. Wow. I lost count at one point because I was modding for so many different channels. And I had 2 or 3 pages worth of links, advertisements, and everything else for all these different channels. And I'm sitting there trying to search through them and trying not to mix them up, because sometimes I would actually be modding for up to like 7 channels at one time, multiple pages open, trying to drop different links for all these different channels and not screw it up.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was. And at the same time, I was trying to work on my own channel too, because I actually had my channel up and running before I actually ever started modding. So I was trying to do all that and then try to run a channel. And it's very difficult. Or all the people that actually mod all the time and that's all you do, man, my hat's off to you, because just doing that alone can actually be a lot of work within itself. And a lot of time it's a thankless job. I always appreciate every single person that stops on and drops all those links for me, because you're doing the work that I just really can't do while I'm sitting here running a stream, just because my internet is so shitty that it would actually start freezing up when I'm trying to drop links. So
yeah,
I do appreciate it. And I really do wish that some of these other people would appreciate some of the people that are modding for their channels and show them a little bit of respect. It's not much to actually stop and at the very least just say thank you for everything that you're doing. One of the things I'm going to be doing for everybody that's a mod on the channel, for all the people that are always stopping in and dropping those links, I will be sending out some shirts eventually. I know you said no, but you're going to get one anyway. It's going to happen. One way or another, I will be sending you a new shirt.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, what's going on, Steeg? How you doing, Steeg?
Hi, I'm doing quite splendidly.
Hi, Steeg.
Hi, Lasso.
Real quick, before I ask you guys the same question, and then we just get into just open discussions and panel chat and everything. Say hello to some of the people that stopped in the chat. Speaking is difficult today. Wolfer, what's going on? Welcome, man. Good to see you. Angelus Draven is in the house. Angelus, if we're still going, I hope that you get a chance to stop in and say, what up? Papa Cotton is in the house. Papa Cotton, both here and on Twitter, giving everybody a good ration of shit because that's what Papa does. God bless you, Papa, doing the work that other people can't do. Parrothead, week, what up, Parrothead? Squawk to you as well. Hope you were doing good. Number 77, the Pork Swordsman, also known as my good buddy Grobbers. What is up, Grobnob? I hope that you were doing well. Steve Kenobi in the chat and on the panel doing double duties. CJH is in the house. What's up, man? I hope you were doing well up there in Canada land. Small Time Republic in the house. What's up, Small Time Republic? I hope that you were doing well. Guys, remember, go ahead and share the link out there. Let people know that we are live because YouTube does hate guinea pigs. Stephen Ransom also in the house. What's up, Stephen? What you got there, CJ? Shirts? Well, I'm 3X large. God, that's extra money, CJ. That's extra money. That's why you're the king of the mods, Tommy. Yeah, one time they were saying that. And they were also calling me the mod of the Phantom Menace, which I had never accepted that claim, and I never used the hashtag, so it always kind of baffled me that they said that. Tommy was in every channel at the same time, every live stream, multiple screens. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It actually was. I got around buying DVDs of The Last Jedi Rise Skywalker Pencil. I don't think I'll watch them, but they're in the collection. Oh, God bless you. I couldn't do it. Purple Valkyrie also in the house. Hello, Purple Valkyrie. It's good to see you. Hope you were doing well. Too much fast food. I hear you. So, guys, let's start with you, Lasso, since you were first on the panel. How did you get started? What made you find YouTube and decide to hang out on YouTube?
Well, actually, it started with Sir Talks a Lot. We became friends on Twitter, and I can't even remember how that happened. And he was uploading clips of his voices that he does, and I thought he was hilarious, and I loved the accents that he was doing. And so, and then I discovered that he had a YouTube channel, so I subscribed to him. And then he was on someone, I think it was Lorena Creole had him on for an interview, and then it kind of snowballed, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I subscribed to her, and then it kind of and also Fat Steven was on hosting that as well, and that's how I met him. So I subscribed to him, and then it kind of snowballed from there. And yeah, and so and now I know all of you.
It is kind of funny how that happens. You start off with maybe just one person that you're watching at the time, and then you see some of the people that they're chatting with, some of the people that they always have on their panels, or they just happen to be on panels with. Then you find those people, and then you find other people that maybe are kind of associated with them, or maybe they just know, and then it snowballs from there. Next thing you know, that you're watching like 30 or 40 different channels, hanging out in all these different channels. It.
Yeah.
But you know what? That is a great way to meet a whole bunch of cool ass people. I mean, I see somebody else is in the chat. What's going on? The Time Prophet and our buddy Tone Def at the Clown World Review. What's going on, Tony? If you have a chance, stop in, man. You know where the link is at. It's up in those chats. You know, all those chats that I'm in. I mean, what chat am I not in at this point? I wanted to come on today and ramble about the Undertaker documentary, but I just got off work. Oh, no. Well, we should be here for a while. Real quick, what else? CJH, bad news. I now own Blu-rays and DVDs and digital copies of Transformers because they were all cheap as fuck. Bayformers, God bless you, CJ. That's another one I can't do. I can't stand Bayformers. I hate that guy. I mean, I know everybody has their love for some of those movies. Like a lot of people talk about the first movie was great, or some people say Bumblebee. I hated both of them. I couldn't stand it, and everything in between. I just hated all of them. It just felt so out of place with all the Transformers lore that I grew up with, you know, reading the Marvel comics, then watching the Sunbow cartoon, and then all the pre-Transformer stuff that I was already into with the Microman, you know, Micro Change line from Microman, and the original Diaclone figures that I had seen when they were out at some of these flea markets because they had people coming over from Japan and selling them. So I was in all that stuff early, and I'm used to the old stuff and the way it was done then, and the stuff that they do in the Bayformers and Michael Bay, not even knowing anything about Transformers, it just completely turned me off. CJ says, I started officially doing YouTube after watching channels like Aldo's World and Mo Sargi's, basically those ghost exploring 24-hour challenge channels. Interesting. What's going on, Chaos Hoy? So, at what point did you decide modding was something that you were going to pick up?
I didn't actually. I can't even remember who the first person to give me a wrench was. I think it might have been YetiCast. And I can't. Yeah, he was gonna do a live stream, and he needed mods, and I was following him in his channel at the time and stuff, and he said, do you want a mod for me? I was like, okay, but I've never done it before. I have no idea what to do. And he was like, neither do I. I didn't even know I needed them. So yeah, that was funny. So it was YetiCast. He gave me my first wrench, and then Mad Mardigan I think might have been the second, and then it just kind of kept happening. You guys just kept handing me wrenches.
Well, I know one of the reasons I started handing a lot of people wrenches on my channel is just for the simple fact is I watch YouTube delete comments. I mean, they've done it not only on the comment section of my videos, but they would do it in my live chats, and it used to drive me absolutely insane, and I couldn't stand it. And I noticed when I would mod somebody, it was less likely that their comments were actually going to get hit by the Google moderators.
Oh, yeah.
And then, as it so happened, some of the people I gave wrenches to decided they were going to wrench as well. I'm like, dude, that's great. Thank you so much. What's going on, Sentinel? Good to see you. The lovely Sherry is also in the house. What is up? How are you doing? Soul Assassin also in the house. What up? Gap Stargate is also in the house. What is going on? Gap Brutal Morningwood also in the house. What's up, Brutal? Hope you're doing well. Guys, thank you so much for sharing those links out earlier. And continue to share them out and let YouTube know that the guinea pigs are not going to take it. And they can suck it. CJH, I think Tommy and Bear may have been the first to give me a wrench. I was a mod for Max for a while, and then Amy Kenobi. Yeah, I remember Amy Kenobi. Amy, unfortunately, had a meltdown, and yeah, she disappeared. That first time I was in Sporking's channel, I wasn't the Time Prophet. Oh, no. You were somebody else? How's that possible? How can you have multiple personalities on the internet? Screw YouTube. I like to call them LubeTube, just like I like to call Twitter Twatter. But no, I do appreciate every time you do come in and you drop those links for us, because that really does, it helps out so much. I mean, it's actually kind of hard to put it in perspective how much it actually does help a channel out, because when you're sitting up here running the channel, and God forbid if you've got to pay attention to, not only what people are saying in the chat and trying to keep up with that, but also if you have certain things that you want to pop up on the channel, like little buzz clips, or like what I do, like full on little mini videos to actually play in the middle of my live streams to get my point across, since having the camera run for the entire time is not always the greatest thing for me, because it does tend to freeze up sometimes. Sometimes I get lucky and it doesn't, but having those little stingers, being able to be on top of it and then try to be able to moderate the chat is really difficult. So thank you so much for doing that every single time. And for every single other person that is sitting out in the chat and does that stuff for me, like Gap's going on and share out Tommy's stream. Thank you, Gap. Appreciate it. And Steeg, my man, Steeg.
Hi.
When did you first get into YouTube? How long ago was that?
Oh, it's a while ago now. I think maybe 2018. I think. I don't know. I used to be in the chat like everyone else and commenting and all. And DJD, remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he started pestering me into getting on the streams he was on, which meant I had to get a Twitter account so they could send me the link, right? So yeah, and then after that I just basically got tossed around because I was asked, oh yeah, I saw you on that one, could you be on mine? And I had trouble saying no. So here I am 4 years later, still not saying no. So I just became like the house pet, because I'm not a YouTuber myself.
That is one of the things I always remember you saying, that you're not a YouTuber. And
Yeah.
you were pestered into doing the top fives.
Yeah, I did. I think the first thing I did on my channel was I figured, well, what the hell, I'm going to do a video. So I filmed a couple of ducks for 5 seconds and put it up. And for some reason, people wanted more, so I probably filmed another duck or something. I don't know, but yeah, I'm absolutely not a YouTuber. I'm not trying to grow a channel or make money or anything. I just pop on to talk nerdy with people.
Well, and that was one of the things I always said, that when you get into this and you start running a channel, the first thing you got to do, I don't care if you want to grow your channel or not. If you're not having fun, then what's the point? And I see some of these people that they look like they're miserable reading these stupid articles and everything else, and they're just like driving themselves nuts. And 9 times out of 10, they're actually driving a lot of the people in the chat nuts too, because they're getting sick of hearing it. I know I, for one, got tired of listening to it. Like, I got tired of listening to 30 different channels talk about how bad this latest Disney film was, or how bad the latest Star Wars. I just got tired of hearing it at some point. I'm like, dude, this is one of the reasons I started my channel. I never talked about that stuff, like almost never. I was always talking about toys or shows.
It's my impression that the YouTubers also get tired of it, but they feel they have to, because it's trending and all, and they need to get the views and all that sort of stuff. And I've seen a lot of YouTubers, behind the scenes, they work themselves to death, for their channel. So there's a lot of work that goes into quite a few of the channels. But I've also noticed, because I know a lot of them, right? And they are always really happy when they end up on a stream or something where they get to talk about something that they like, something positive, instead of this movie is bad because, So I think you're spot on that maybe eventually it's going to take its toll on people, all the articles about this and that Marvel movie being fucked up and whatever, right?
No, absolutely. Purple Valkyrie totally agrees. Balance is the key. But having fun doing a channel is most important. Absolutely. And I know a lot of other people are expressing the same sentiments, like Happy Dinosaur, CJH, talking about why he stopped doing the article thing. Gap agrees. Time Prophet as well. I mean, one other thing I noticed, who was it? Was it Time Prophet that asked, is that the actual guinea pigs or video? That is actually the guinea pigs. That is them. They're being lazy.
I have a little story about that, the articles. This was probably 2019. It was the year Captain Marvel came out, right? And I was on a bunch of streams in a couple of days. I think it was 6 streams in 2 days. And at the end of the last one, I realized we've talked about the same article in all 6 streams. So that was 2 hours, 6 times for Captain Marvel. And I realized I could have watched the extended Lord of the Rings in that time. So I had to step back. And it was different channels, though. So it wasn't like people repeating themselves too much. But I was, because I was on all of them. So I had to just... Yeah, I don't hate Captain Marvel that much,
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing you want to talk about it a little bit and you want to get it out of the way. That's fine. But when you start doing the multiple videos and doing it day after day on channel after channel, like, holy shit, dude, take a breath. It really doesn't mean that much to you, obviously, if you're going to just sit there and hate bash on it. So why are you going to waste your energy hate bashing on something like that? And I think that was one of the things, like, people like JJ, God rest his soul, that he said that was one of the things that he was really attracted to with my channels, because the minute I start doing things, I just want to talk about things that I love, things that meant something to me from my childhood, or even some of the things that I felt like they were doing right today. And he was like, to him, he said it was a breath of fresh air compared to everything else that was out there.
Yeah, I've noticed in the last year or so, retro stuff is starting to pick up fast. Because you see 19K Fox having started his arcade channel, and it's doing really well, and it's fun, and you see people streaming retro games and all that stuff. So I think retro stuff is making a lot of people happy, these days.
And it should really. I mean, because, a lot of people can understand, even if you don't necessarily remember that franchise, that toy, whatever it is, you can understand the sentiment behind it because you're talking about something that you remember from your childhood, something that meant something to you, something that you grew up with and actually maybe affected some of your beliefs. And a lot of people say, well, there's no way a toy or a cartoon or anything else like that can affect your beliefs. Oh, yes, they can. They can affect you in more ways than people realize.
Yeah, if you watch He-Man, you know what not to do, because He-Man tells us what Skeletor did wrong at the end of each episode.
Hey, what's going on, Bone? Good to see you. We also got our good buddy Tony Tone Dev of the Clown War Review. What's going on, Tony?
What's up, all my clownomaniacs out there? I'm just happy the heat is off my son for once. Not that the liquor and car were taxpayer funded anyway. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday.
Yeah, man, another Monday is in the house already, and I don't know about anybody else. I'm actually happy to have my voice back.
Yeah, you sound great, man.
No, I wasn't sounding so good even a few days ago. I know I'd gotten a few phone calls from people checking up on me, and my voice was all still like. I sounded like Lemmy after gargling tequila. It wasn't good.
So basically, it sounded like you always do.
Yeah, well, much worse. I probably sounded like Walton after he was in the forest having too much fun. Oh! Wherever he is, I hope you enjoyed that. I mentioned you. Have a good day.
Got a little Tony, in your voice, man. Yeah.
Real quick, Happy Dinosaur. Do the pigs have names? Yeah, Rorschach is the one laying down right there. The darker one in the cage with them is a Dark Helmet, and then we got Cringer and Cliff Jumper in the other cage, which they're getting a home upgrade. They're getting a home upgrade. Got a brand new home for them. Oh, what's going on? Red Gaze in the house. Keely Chow is also in the house, and Dead Punk Gage. What up? How you doing? But the same question I asked everybody else, Tony. What got you started coming onto YouTube, and what made you decide to start a channel?
All right, so when I first got into YouTube, I used to listen to a lot of podcasts. Adam Carolla, Rebel Force Radio, and then The Last Jedi. And I know I'm probably a little later than most, but I never really got into YouTube before that. I didn't have the time to sit down and watch videos, I guess. The Last Jedi, nobody would talk about the movie correctly. All I heard was it's the best Star Wars since Empire, or maybe it's a little different, but it was still a good movie. And I'm like, I felt so isolated. I'm like, am I the only one who didn't like this movie? And then I found the world-class bullshitters. I found Jeff, and he was doing solo release videos. And this is like maybe a week or two after The Last Jedi. So we're still in like December 2017. Was it 2017, 2016, 2017? Yeah. So then from there, I found different channels, Geeks and Gamers, what have you. And I went back and forth about starting a channel, but see, I'm a type B personality. I'm like real introverted, so like nobody wants to hear what I have to say. And then I met ETEP in the World Class Bullshitters Facebook group, and he was doing his show. He was doing Going in Raw at the time, and he just kept trying to get me on the show. So one day I went, and the rest is history.
Now, did you have any aspiration to actually just run your own channel at that time, or was that just something that just kind of fell into place?
I went back and forth with it. for a while. Even before I had met ETAP, I went back and forth. But again, like I'm just like, dude, I have like no confidence. I'm like, nobody wants to hear what I have to say. And then once I started going on ETAP's channel a little more and loosening up a little bit, I'm like, all right, let's try it. And yeah, that's kind of where it started. So
Happy says, I want to hear what you have to say, Clown World.
thank you, Happy Dinosaur. That makes
Happy
it worth
Dinosaur is awesome. Happy
Yes.
Dinosaur's been around for a long time, and I know he does a lot of older movie reviews when he has time or when the mood hits him. So, I mean, I used to do it on a regular, and I kind of got to the point where I had the live streams going and jumping in on different panels with everybody else, and it really does cut into your time to being able to do that stuff, especially since for my own live streams, I've got to prepare video clips. So doing that alone is almost like doing a bunch of videos. So, hey, what's going on, Bear? I hope you're doing well. Bear, the link's out there if you decide you want to stop in and say, what up? Everybody's welcome.
Those video clips that you made for your streams, though? They are worth it because they're actually great. So your efforts are much appreciated, Tommy.
Thank you so much. I mean, one of the things I wanted to do when I made those video clips, and I know people have done like video clips for live streams before, probably a little bit differently than the way I do it. But one of the things I wanted to do with them is not only did I want to include some information that people might find interesting, at the very least what I found interesting, but I wanted to include some of the stuff that was fun. Like if I'm talking about Transformers and Perceptor, I want some clips of Perceptor doing stuff, maybe changing into the microscope or saying a few lines. To me, that is entertaining. And that was one of the things that I strive to always include in all those different clips. I mean, even when I did the Predator for the NECA toy release with Vinny over on Collectible Past, I had to have a few of those clips from Predator 2 included in those mini clips as well as part of the video. To me, it just made sense.
You know what it also does? If you're doing like a Transformers video, right? And if you're a viewer, like me, you're very rusty with the names of all the Transformers because there's several hundreds, right? And if you see a clip and you tell us who that is and stuff, usually a bell goes off in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy. I remember that one, right? So it actually helps. It's informative in a way.
Yes.
Yeah, right, CJ. When I was just Tommy. Yeah, that was why I added the guinea pig collective. Well, that and the fact that I had a bunch of guinea pigs and people kept asking me about them, so they became part of the channel. But yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the things, not only be informative as much as you can, but to also be entertaining. Because if you're not being entertaining, I don't care how informative you are, it does get kind of droning just a bit.
Turns into a lecture instead of entertainment.
Exactly.
Your videos do. They have a good energy to them. Like, I remember, you put, was it Cringer that you put on like the little toy rotating display?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Such a genius idea,
Well, I know I had people actually ask me, like, oh, when are you going to include the guinea pigs? When are you going to include the guinea pigs? And I said, well, I'm going to put them here and there, and then my wife started getting on my case. And she was like, look, it's Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. Shouldn't you be throwing the pigs in the videos, too? All right, I'll start putting the pigs in every video. I know Lasso was actually the first person I talked to it about. And, I started doing those little snippets where it's excerpts from Rorschach's journal that I've been putting up here and there. Like I put them on Twitter and I put up on the channel as posts. I'm going to start doing some of that for the live streams as well. I'm going to have little excerpts from Rorschach's journal, and I'm going to have a live capture of Rorschach. I haven't completely figured out how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to post his head on the Rorschach's body from the Watchmen, or whether I'm just going to have him stand in place of Rorschach, but I'm going to have like the background from the movie playing, and I'm going to do the voiceover and everything for it. I'm going to have a little bit of fun with it. Rorschach is a good sport, and I think he deserves more camera time. So,
Yes, you should talk him into running for president in 2024. Just do a whole campaign with Rorschach.
Oh man.
You can have a little suit, give speeches, and awesome, man.
Bring more carrots. I love Rorschach's Journal. One of the best parts of Watchmen. Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. Now, as far as anything else is going on, what do you guys foresee doing moving forward? I mean, obviously, Tony, you've got the Monday night retrospective. What are you going to do once you come to the end of that?
So, no, okay, I love professional wrestling, but I want to be more than just a wrestling channel, but there's always going to be a spot on there for wrestling. So we've talked about doing the Invasion. I have my own, now this is more of a single release thing, but I have some ideas on, how I would have booked the Invasion, especially, looking back, playing Monday morning quarterback. But yeah, I was thinking we could highlight like key matches throughout the years. Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania, DDP and Goldberg, that kind of stuff, and do little kind of watch parties with everyone, sit through a match or two and just talk about it. And so I plan on keeping that going. Recently we started doing Liars on Friday, which we're talking about more current social events, political topics, just what's going on in the world, because it really is therapeutic to talk about these things with other people and just kind of grow your mind a little bit and hear different perspectives. And yeah, so I wish I had more time. I was going to mention with the videos, like, there are so many ideas I have that probably go by the wayside because I work full time too. So it's really hard to, juggle a YouTube channel and a full-time job. But I mean, I just use the word, but this is real therapeutic, for me to be able to jump on a platform, get my ideas out there. You never know what might come. Maybe another animated skit, maybe a thought piece. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that is one of the things about it. You just never know what direction you're going to go into. I know when I first started, I really didn't have the direction of going the way I wound up going. It's not to say that I wasn't leaning towards toys, but I was leaning towards originally just like short videos about toys. I really didn't have any plans initially for doing a live stream. That was one of the things that I started talking with Stieg. I started talking to Slasher. Excuse me, I still got a little bit of a cough. And I started talking with JJ about early on. And it became an idea that I was like, that could be a lot of fun sitting here hanging out and talking about some of these old franchises and old toys. But initially, I didn't have those thoughts. So it was kind of one of the things, once I got into it, that was something that wound up evolving from that. So, you just never know where you're going to wind up going with it. And along the way, I know I've met a lot of incredible people. I mean, there's a few people I still have my doubts about, but there's a lot of amazing people out there that have been extremely helpful and supportive and everything else, and have just been like amazing friends. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things you might actually get into arguments with some people, especially if you go on Twitter and like, you can't make real friends on the internet. You most absolutely can. Slasher, JJ, those are two of the people that I made friends with on the internet first, and then I met them later on, and I was so happy that I was actually able to meet these people. I can't meet Stieg right now, unfortunately, because he's too far away. But if we can find a way to get him boxed up and sent to Florida, it will be amazing watching him melt in the summer heat down here.
Oh, I would melt, truly, and I'd probably blurt out something offensive too and get beaten up after
What's going on, Kip Ellis? I see Kip Ellis has entered the chat. What's going on? Decepticons, Cave of Villains. What is up, my friend? I hope you were doing well.
That's something we were talking about on Vinny's channel last night, actually, is no matter what happens with this YouTube thing, one thing that can't be taken away is I have met some really, really cool people and people I'm proud to call friends on here. And that alone just makes it worth it.
No, absolutely. Here's another suggestion suggestion, Tony. I don't know if maybe you thought about this already, but do you think maybe you'll do retrospective about individual wrestlers like through the years?
I've thought about that, or like specific like feuds or that kind of thing. My problem right now is mainly time. Like, I wish I had all the time in the world to put into this, because I would I have so many ideas brewing in my head. It's just being able to get it out there and watch through the content and put everything together. Yeah, it's time consuming. It really is a full-time job, but yeah, I've thought about that, doing little profiles on individual wrestlers, and definitely. Speaking of, I just watched the Undertaker documentary last night on A&E. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, I suggest you check it out. I mean, such a good documentary, and it's stuff like that that really inspires me to do more.
I know when I watched the one on Andre the Giant, I was just like enthralled with it. Yeah. And I know there was a few different ones. Hey, what's going on, Vinny? I know there was a few different ones, but holy shit, man, that one blew me away with all the backstory that maybe you didn't hear about from some of the other people, and they, was exclusive to that individual documentary. But man, it was amazing hearing some of those stories.
I can't believe he drank so much. Like, I knew he drank, but I mean, that's a lot of alcohol.
Oh, he was an alcoholic too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I caught tiny pieces of it. We're still having a good conversation the other day afterwards, but shit, I got to go back and see where I could find that again. But hello to everyone on panel. Hello everyone in chat.
Hi, Vinny.
Hi.
Hi, Lasso. How you been?
Good.
Awesome to finally chat.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yes.
Sweet. See, I didn't know you go on streams. You're invited anytime you want over on mine as well.
I know. I
you.
told her the same thing the other night. I said, you got to definitely come on Collectible Pass, even if I'm not feeling well, and I can't, like really do the whole voice thing on Thursday too. Like I feel better, but my voice is still scratchy. I'm still getting a little bit of the cough. But I told her, you should definitely come on. Don't like say just because you're going to be there, I don't need to be there. No, you need to be there now.
Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I love talking about toys. So yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, I would have done one on the Thursday, but I had a lot going on that day, and I'm like, I haven't heard from Tommy, and it was running too late already. But no matter what, we'll be doing one this week. So, but Tommy, start feeling better already. I'm glad you got one going right now.
No, I finally turned a bit of a corner right there. I didn't think it was ever going to happen. It was almost 2 weeks in. Matter of fact, today was the full 2 weeks, and I'm like, Jesus, I can't believe this has been going on that long, because it started 2 weeks ago on my Monday stream, and I actually had to cut it short because I was like feeling dizzy, and I was like burning up, and I was like, wow, I don't know what this is, but here we go again.
Damn it, it's monkeypox. I knew it.
Well, no, I haven't gone out and beat up any police officers or anything, so it was not monkeypox.
and no homosexual sex. Just the science. It's all in the gay community.
It's not gay if you beat them up first.
In Minecraft.
So, real quick, Vinny, one of the things that I was asking everybody is, what got you started on YouTube? Did you just jump in like everybody else? Is somebody in the chat watching? And what made you decide to actually run a channel?
It's all kind of related to doing the comic book thing here. Yeah, I wasn't sure how all that stuff worked, and looking at everything on Twitter, I was like, yeah, why don't I just do my own? Why am I waiting to go on to people's shows and stuff? I'm just going to start my own. And that's pretty much what we did. I had a bunch of different groups of people. I was kind of on we were jumping on each other's streams anyway. So I just figured, let me do my own. First one I was on was, I believe it was Black Angus. I think it was he was one of the first channels I was on. That's where I met Red Gaze. I think I even talked to Walton on that one. But yeah, I figured, let me just start doing it. And Yeah, it takes a minute to get used to, getting on camera and all that stuff too. But once you do it, it's like anything else. It's no big deal whatsoever. Let's just try to get, more fun out there. We'll get more eyes on campaigns. We'll talk about some stuff that, I think everyone should be talking about right now anyway. Yeah, it's fun. And now I'm, showcasing, part of my hobby and part of what my job has been for, like, pretty much my adult life is, figures and comics and creating artwork for all different things. It just goes hand in hand right now. So yeah, I think I answered everything.
I think Red Gaze wants to have you say something, but real quick, I got a stinger for Red.
Very interesting. I see your hobbies are drinking, smoking weed, and all types of ill shit.
Yes, Red inspired me. He's my hero, and I love how humble he is.
Soul Assassin dropping those links like a champ. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. First stream I'm on with Drunk 3PO. Nice. Yeah, this is Tommy. Yeah, Twitter is asshole. That's right. They still will not acknowledge my appeal. It's still sitting in the same place it's been sitting for, 3 months now? I think.
Wow.
It's so ridiculous, man. We've received your appeal, yeah, but you're obviously not going to do nothing with it, you son of a bitches.
Yeah. I got your appeal right fucking here.
Yeah. Don't be a cunt.
Exactly. Don't be a cunt.
It's yeah, I know somebody asked earlier what was the first live stream I was on. Be honest, I cannot remember. It was somewhere in between somebody I don't like anymore. The lonely butthurt that's been giving me grief on Twitter for the past a couple weeks, and Black Angus. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of those two.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, yeah, it's been at least 3 years, something like that. But yeah, it's nuts. Oh, Parrot had. All right, I'll give you one because it's there. You're wrong. You're wrong, Parrot. You're wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So there you go. Shit.
It's a beautiful thing. But I mean, now as far as what you were planning on doing, were you planning on doing everything that you are, doing with your channel right now? Was like that the plan all along, or it was like a lot of us, we kind of it evolved to that's where it wound up going?
I kind of loosely wanted to start getting into the figure stuff, but it was going to be more art related, and that's why I did all those master classes and stuff, because I wanted to give back to people. I wanted to, at least because there's a lot of creators out there that are not just independent, but very, very they're novices. They were very much beginners. So I figured if I start doing some of these classes, maybe I could help out some people if they were a little bit stuck, on doing proper perspective, anatomy, things of that nature. How to do a proper composition on a page. So yeah, I want to give back to people, but it's good to sharpen those skills anyway, because even for me, to do that stuff, I always look back at my older work. I'm always willing to learn other things from other people as well, because I am all self-taught. I never went to school for this. No one ever held me by the hand and was like, yeah, Vinny, this is how you do it. No, everything I've ever done or achieved has been on my own in regards to creating artwork. But yeah, no, the community that we started building over here, and again, the cool people we've been hanging out with, again, Red, Chris, you, Tony, ETAP. I mean, there's been a lot of people too that came and went, but I like the genuine people. I don't like the phonies and the fakes. So the people I stream with, on the regular, you guys are all friends and family to me, pretty much. So yeah,
well, I know
something cool.
I know that I remember seeing you a while ago on one of Red's streams. That was back when I was just doing basically just modding and just trying to run little videos off my channel all the time. And yeah. I forget how long that goes back. I know it was many years that I was a mod for Red's channel. I mean, holy crap! Like that was going back when there was a certain fake ass person that used to always be on this channel. So this is going back quite a ways.
Yep.
And I remember seeing you there, and I was like, huh, I don't remember seeing Vinny before. And I'd seen you on a few of the streams, and I was like, huh, I keep an eye out to what he's doing.
Yeah.
And then as it turns out, we wound up in the same group chats together, and wound up on the same panels, and then got to know you, and I was like, damn, this guy is cool as shit. I'm glad that I met you.
Likewise, man. We clicked right away as soon as we started streaming. And sometimes that's all it takes is just actually having a good conversation, and you can kind of tell who people are, and it's awesome. Papa Cotton. Vinny does art stuff. They call me the fulfillment king because I've fulfilled so many campaigns in a short span that I've been doing this stuff. So.
Well, apparently you also do butt stuff because there's a whole lot of butt hurt people out there right now at you, Vinny.
Listen, I'm a big fella, so I damaged a lot of rectums.
I don't know, CJ. If I was to do something like that, let me tell you, I'm not going to do it for me. And this is one of the things that I've always done on my channel. I don't care what milestone the channel hits. I am not doing a stream celebrating me for hitting it like, I hit 1,000. No, I would do it as a thanks to every single person that has come to the channel and the people that actually make it happen. That's what the special would be for, but it wouldn't necessarily just be for 1,000. I mean,
right.
I mean,
it's for the super chats. They all know it.
Yeah, there's so many channels that's what they do it for. They do it just for the money and money only. So
yeah. Tommy, all you have to do, and the title for that 1,000 is go, we hit 1,000. It's the super chat stream. I hate SJWs. Give me your money.
I've only managed to give one super chat in 4 years because I'm a boomer, so I don't know how to do it. But what I did was I PayPal'd money to Miss Martin Muses, and had her super chat that money in my name to someone. So that was, that's really cost effective, right, and time effective. but it got there.
Hey, and that's what matters, right? You helped fought the SJWs.
Yes, I think it was Culture Casino who got it.
Well, at least it's a decent person who went to.
True. Oh, what's going on, Nelson the gentleman? Hail all, and don't eat the raisinets. Tommy's pigs have been leaving a trail. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Not again.
I was joking around that before. I was like, oh man, wouldn't that be cool to actually just have a company with jelly beans and just put Guinea Pig Collective jelly beans on it, and then they're like, oh, you'd have to get licensed for that because it's food products. And I was like, you're just taking all the fun out of this. It's a gag. I mean, why can't we have fun and laugh about it?
Yeah.
What's going on, Bear?
Hey, Bear.
Oh, just taking a break here and there, and not taking nothing too serious. It's just the way things are.
Excellent, man. It's been a while.
Because I'm with you on that. Fake people and fucking pretenders. I don't have anything to fucking do with them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just annoying shit.
Because
all the slap fights they have over nothing.
I've never really pretended to be anything. I am who I am. I'm me, and I like to have fun. I like to fuck around. I like to, do this and do that. And I got a bunch of fucking opinions.
Yep, I hear you. Same here. I'm so sick of people trying to control everyone all the time. Say this, don't say that. Back this, don't back that. Go fuck yourselves. What we're doing here is, again, it's an independent movement all around, and we're trying to get good projects out there, have a good time with other people, and if they don't like that, too bad for them.
Yeah. I've taken a few step backs, and I approach things slowly, and with as fucked up and crazy as the world has been, and with all the monotony and the insanity and crazy ass clowns running everywhere and stuff like that, it's real hard for people that have had PTSD and stuff like that and been through stuff. especially if you have extrasensory abilities and stuff like that, and you're a little bit more sensitive to things going on around you. You're sensitive to energy and stuff like that. It can really screw you up, and a lot of people will don't know how to react and handle the chaotic energy. And a lot of folks that have PTSD, man, they're bunkering up. They're exiting society, and the suicide rate did go up the first few weeks of like a month, 2 months of the epidemic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Fugazi thing that happened, and we all know what a Fugazi diamond is. It's all orchestrated and man-made.
Dr. Fauci's real name is Fugazi Fauci.
Nice.
I mean, a Fugazi diamond looks beautiful, but it's not real.
Oh shit!
And if you remember correctly, there's a old Andy Garcia movie. I think it's Andy Garcia, where the whole point of the movie is Fugazi diamonds.
No shit.
It's a con man. It was a great movie. Old movie.
You know when Fauci got COVID, that's when COVID finally met its maker.
That's right. He's like, we're over in Wuhan. We're looking for a new thing to cook up. Oh shit! I dropped a vial.
Whoops.
Well,
it's too bad it wasn't a vial of some, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, man. That shit seeps through everything.
I'll still never get over it's like racist to say where it came from, but it's not racist to lie and say those poor people ate a bat.
Yeah, or had sex with a pangolin.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's just progress.
Oh boy, Randy, he had sex with a pangolin. I was there. I was doing blow.
On the set of Mulan.
That's right. We were whipping the Uyghurs. We told them, get back to work, you slaves.
How the hell did we get this goddamn no good faggot ass mouse on my show again? I tell you what, you need some chew in your life, boy, to make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
You son of a bitch. I am the mouse. We own everything. I own you. I just bought you.
Impossible. The eye of the pig is upon you. There is no escape.
Ever notice that we've gone from sexual tyrannosauruses to lickalottopuses?
Someone say gash. I heard puss.
Oh no.
I'm patient 0 for monkeypox.
I'm just saying a lickalotopus is better than a megasaurus.
Ooh,
Plus, check out that icon I got going there, CJ.
Oh shit. What is Walton doing there?
That's the infamous Walton breadstick.
Breadstick, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a breadstick.
Whatever he's doing, it's in Japan.
What's going on, Snow Dub, and what's going on to Chris Fisk? What's up, guys? Good to see you joining us. I hope you were doing well. And just hanging out, we're having a blast. Real quick, Bear. I have already asked everybody else this as they popped on, and I wanted to ask you, where did you start in YouTube? I mean, did you start obviously like all of us just watching, and what made you decide to start a channel?
Well, Gary Nerdrotic would probably be the main influence. Some things happened, and I kind of got enraged, and so yeah, that's that. Gary was a major influence. I started reviewing movies, and like Vinny said, man, I had to learn all this stuff on my own, just like learning to build computers, tear them down, fix them, stuff like that. I learned all that crap on my own. I mean, I can install software in a whole brand new OS blindfolded, practically.
Oh wow!
And so I built systems and stuff like that, and I had to learn all that stuff, you know. And there was a few people like who was the channel? Gorilla Glue, great channel, and he had given me some tips and stuff like that in the very beginning. software to find new stuff like that, and and creating basically intros and outros using particles and using special effects and stuff like that. It wasn't easy to do. I mean, just my intro and outro, there are tons of hours involved in putting all that stuff together. And it's definitely a freaking science, man. It's for sure a science, learning how to do all that stuff.
Nice.
It's interesting. It's crazy. And it will drive you nuts because always save your work as you go.
Yes.
Because computer crash is a horrible freaking thing.
Oh my God. I learned that the hard way when I first started teaching myself how to computer paint. I had left Photoshop open and I went to go eat lunch. I had lunch or something. I came back to the computer and the whole fucking thing froze on me. I couldn't do anything and I lost whatever work I was doing. And then again, later on, finding out with the storms, how they could just wipe out the computers like that as well. I'm like, oh, wonderful.
Well, yeah, that was one of the things that I started doing early on, like using Filmora when I was doing all the video editing and everything. I would actually stop at a certain point and I would just save my progress every single time just in case one of those freak storms would pop up.
Yep.
I started out using, I still use it, Cyberlink Power Director. It's the whole full meal deal and all that one.
Nice.
And
I have one of
those. And the one thing about Power Director, before the last few updates, if your system doesn't have the right amount of RAM and basically switching to SSD drive was what kind of helped stop things from crashing, because mechanical hard drive with Power Director, it would crash. The program itself crashed all the time. And then on my other MSI gaming laptop, I switched it to a 512 gigabyte Samsung Pro SS drive. It's got an M2 connection and we're talking lightning fast. And that solves some of the problems with the crashing. But I Power Director, I had been working on something and it was the first time that I lost anything and I was so pissed. Because what happens is it'll crash and sometimes you're lucky if you open it and then you go to the most recent, and sometimes it will find what you were working on. And you may have only lost about 20 minutes of work and it's not a complete loss. But if you open any other thing on Power Director, you'll lose that temporary file. Huh. And it's one thing I learned, to always save as you go.
Yeah.
Because my God, man, I like to pull my hair out. I was so upset. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, backups too. Backups are so important.
Yeah, I ended up doing all that stuff too. Like at the end of the day, I save onto a thumb drive or something, whatever my progress is. When I'm done with the piece, I have everything backed up on external hard drives.
The Time Profit, I use a Samsung Pro. It's the best. They make the best. I don't use any other SSD other than them. I have a 2 terabyte SSD on the laptop I'm using right now.
Nice.
And I split it in two, one for the OS and one for storage, one part for storage. And it works real good. And I'll never go back to a mechanical drive. It's too slow. We're talking read-write speeds in 600s.
Yeah.
And Samsung SSD, we're talking 3,000s to 300,000 write speeds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Circuitry versus moving parts.
Right.
Always go with, you want as little moving parts as possible. Like, if you can get away from that and go to SSD, that's always the right way to go.
And the usual things that you would do maintenance-wise with a mechanical drive, don't do with a SSD. I mean, you follow basically Samsung comes with a suit you can use. It's Samsung Magician, and it'll let you know what you need to do if you have to do something for maintenance-wise for it, and it's constantly updating its software drivers and stuff.
I'll tell you one of the things that I wished I had done earlier on, because I know my old computer took a fucking complete shit because of Microsoft and their stupid forced updates. and it locked me out of that computer. I had so wished that I would have actually had a external hard drive that I was sending everything to back then. It could have saved a lot of files that I have trapped on that computer. Unfortunately, you know, trying to find somebody who can actually go in and pull all that data out has just been a pain in the ass because there's really nobody local that actually can do that.
I gotta address something. Time profit. It doesn't matter if the mechanical drive has a fast RPM. Doesn't matter. The SSD will always be faster. You will always be able to do things faster. I've had the best mechanical hard drives, the fastest, and it was still slow compared to an SSD. The technology that Samsung is using on their SSDs is pretty freaking impressive. And I do believe the Samsung will probably last the longest out of all the other brands. And you watch Linus Tech Tips. He's on YouTube. He builds computers. He's a pretty cool guy, and he knows the stuff about all of this stuff. And you find some interesting stuff. He reviews products, and he makes his channel makes makers of RAM and hard drives. He makes them honest. Finds all their bullshit and points it out to people so consumers will know, hey, don't get ripped off.
Mm-hmm.
And because of him and a few other people that I watch, I learned it's like, yeah, I'm not going to cheap out on the SSD. I got the Samsung Pro. Now the Samsung Pro is putting automatic built-in cooler technology on the drive itself. And we're talking about a drive that's a little bigger than a stick of Juicy Fruit gum and about 3 sticks thick or a little slightly less. I mean, the thing is small. I like Samsung products.
Bear is sponsored by Samsung.
Excellent.
Yeah, and
Brutal Morning one.
Just like anybody else, Samsung fucking up. I'm going to point it out. But in my experience, the SSDs, Samsung makes the best ones.
Brutal Morning.
Because I was going to get a Kingston, and then I watched a few different. The problem with Kingston, a lot of those other SSD makers, they like to downgrade stuff after they come up with it. And Samsung, as far as I know, hasn't done that.
So Brutal Morning was hold on a second, Bear. So Brutal Morning was said, so much for my YouTube career. I have no idea what any of that means. I know my computer is a big square one.
Brutal. I barely know what any of that means.
I did ask LDG about it, and LDG was actually kind of stumped. He said he might be able to help, but he wasn't 100% sure. And I would actually have to get my computer over to him, or at least the hard drive section of it over to him in Orlando area.
Yeah, best year for Western Digital hard drives was 2011, 2012. That's when their hard drives were kicking ass, and they kind of went downhill from there, big time. And so
the best
I'll use a Western Digital for a backup, to back stuff up, pictures, photos, stuff like that.
Do you know what the best data storage device they've found is the best possible thing to keep data on?
Hunter's laptop.
Yes. Human DNA. They fucking transferred like a movie over to human DNA, and they were able to compress it and then transfer it back over to the computer. So
what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
This sounds somewhat familiar. I think I may have heard something about that.
Hunter's
Makes you
laptop.
wonder where to stick the backup, though.
The iCloud storage.
They said like his password was like anal fucker 27 or something. Like it was.
Yeah, I have passwords that are a mile long sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Holy shit! Balls.
Oh, that one brought the cough out. Holy crap! Everything in my chest loosened up on that one when I started laughing. Yeah, I don't know what this shit is that I have, man, but it's just sitting right at the top of my freaking lungs.
Damn.
It sucks.
What'd you do? Get some bronchitis?
I
what it
don't
sounds
know.
like.
The missus had COVID. That's what she
Oh.
claimed. She did the little personal test device, and she had
You can't
COVID.
trust those.
so-
You can't trust those testing devices.
She asked me
Think
to
it's
take
all-
it, and I said, I told her, I said, what the fuck am I going to take it for? Because if I have it, I have it. So fucking what? Nothing I could do about it now, and taking the test to find out I had it's not going to help me. So
You're not wrong.
Chris Fisk's comment at whatever time his latest one.
well, there's password was my daddy's Peter file.
Again, you're not wrong. Holy shit.
Patient zero for a guinea pig. Oh no.
CJ, especially if you have shag carpeting, those screws are lost forever. The rule number one: don't take apart computers on carpet or bed.
Yeah.
Would be
Especially
fun if Hunter Biden had a separate ringtone for his dad. There was some kind of classical piece playing in A minor.
Oh shit. That was
Well, the only thing I got to say to that is this.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Tommy, I have it uploaded on mine with with Tucker. His whole thing with the that Biden showered with his daughter. That whole bit is on mine. Holy shit!
It's so freaking creepy. I mean, that is just beyond creepy.
It is creepy.
It is.
These people are disgusting.
What's creepier is that it's now out there and people are still covering it or
Covering it up.
covering it up.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
Well, you know what the most creepy thing about it is the way that Biden actually introduces his daughter now.
Jesus, it's only the biggest goddamn hole in the world.
Oh my god.
So Awesome One's eating pizza. What kind of pizza are you eating?
I'm just saying he still got up to meet the girl after he fell on the bike. Like most people would be humiliated, but
Yeah, it was a bike, so you'd think he was too tired, right? Sorry.
Hey, tire on the wheel, go round and round joke.
Oh my god. It's too much.
That's disgusting, Time Prophet. I tell you what, here's a funny thing though. So whatever I got, she got, and she claims it was COVID. Whatever. I really could care less what she thinks it is or not. Doesn't matter to me. I think it was just a really bad flu. But after she got it, somehow she wound up getting pink eye too, right at the end when she was going to go back to work.
Oh no.
This guy's laughing.
Yeah, you're laughing.
She had one of the guinea pigs out of the damn cage. And first off, she's allergic to guinea pigs, okay? But she had one now, and it was Cringer, as a matter of fact. And Cringer likes to get touchy, and he likes to put his paws up in your face sometimes. I think that he probably put one of his dirty paws up near her eye and gave her conjunctivitis, and she had pink eye.
Hey, most things they give for pink eye are sulfa-based eye drops. Well, the majority of people are allergic to sulfur-based. I found out the hard way one time.
Is that like
sulfa-based eye drops? It's for pink eye.
Is that like hair of the dog?
I don't know. It's an actual prescription medicine they give to people. But the ointment, the antibiotic ointment, that's the only way to go.
Well, now we know if Tommy needs to laugh, all we got to say is, remember when your wife got pink eye, and he's just gonna laugh nonstop.
I know.
There's a shitty outlook on life.
Chris Fisk, who pooped in your wife's eyeballs?
Keep away from Hunter.
Hence the term brown eye.
Yeah,
That's what that. Yeah, that's that song. Make your brown eye blue.
Oh, near dark.
Oh,
boy.
Hey,
I should be
CJH is
ashamed of
that,
myself, but I'm not.
CJH is that Cabot, Arkansas? I don't know. I just saw Cabot Trail. I've been to Cabot before.
Cabbage. I don't see
Word
Cabot.
life.
What are you talking about?
Word life.
Red's out there.
Shit goes down in Arkansas.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. CCDV? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well.
Oh, Canada. Canada.
Is Canada real?
I don't think so.
You don't
anymore.
you
It's
don't have a
unreal.
right to own a gun and defend yourself in Canada.
Hey, I thought that part of Canada where you're at, CJ, was part of Newfoundland, because Newfoundland is independent from Canada.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what is interesting about where CJ is located is he is actually an hour ahead of East Coast time. So where it's 7 o'clock here, it's already 8 o'clock there for him.
Yeah, it's like 8 hours. Wow. Eight. Yeah,
No,
8 hours
he's
difference.
an hour ahead of East Coast.
He's 5 hours
He's
ahead
an
of
hour.
me, I do believe.
Wow.
No, it should be 4.
Yeah,
No,
Newfoundland is beautiful. I
You're
used
in
to.
California, right? Or the West Coast?
You ever hear of a show called Republic of Doyle?
No.
Yeah, I used to watch that. It's based in Newfoundland, and they all have slightly Irish-like accents, and it's a beautiful place. I wanna go check this Newfoundland out one of these days, because they got some really good pubs, good beer, good ale.
Eastern China. China.
Time Prophet, I think they're called Eskimos.
Yeah,
Well, I
see,
think
that's what
racist
I
now.
thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, he's 8:13 and it's 7:14 here. So yeah, he's an hour ahead of us on the East Coast. Yeah, what's going on,
Hell,
Doc?
Doc.
Good to see you.
What up, Doc?
Yeah,
What were
Doc
you saying
gave me
last
some
time?
advice. Oh, go ahead, Lasso.
Those of you
I
that
don't think
know,
you can call them Eskimos anymore.
Why not?
they're Aleut.
Find gypsies.
Hey,
Yeah.
the Aleut refer to themselves as Eskimos.
Really?
I know some up here in Washington. I've met them. Great people.
SJWs say that that's like a racist term.
Yeah,
Why don't
but
they fucking go ask a native?
these are the people that are trying to change the Spanish language. Like,
Yep.
Yeah. They
Oh,
said
and
this-
a lot of times, it's not a Spanish language; it's an Aztec language, because they use Aztec words and mixed it with the Spanish language.
is Latinx Aztec?
No, it's bullshit. And anyone that's Azteca or Aztec doesn't like the word Latino, Latin, because they're conquered by Spaniards. They're natives, and they were conquered by Spaniards, and they can't fucking stand them.
Yep.
That's the truth
Yeah.
of the matter. right there.
Much like the Bidens and children. They were conquered, but never mind. Sorry, Tony. But I don't understand. To me, nothing's wrong with Eskimo. It's the same thing when they say midget is a racist term. No, it's not.
I used to
Yeah,
call
but
my mother a
it's
midget all the time.
Yeah, it's just small talk.
That's it. You guys, you wee fuckers.
They had a go
Eskimo
at
X.
they had to go at the Norwegian flag for a while as well, because they felt it looked like the Confederate flag.
Mr.
So-
CCTV, Newfoundland, the Vikings did land there. I do believe there are some wonderful archaeological sites, and I think there are a lot of videos that talk about it on not just YouTube, but History Channel stuff. Not related to the History Channel, but other really nice history channels that are out there have their own channels and stuff like that. And you can actually get some of these channels on cable, and they become that popular. A lot of
Yeah,
really good
that-
information on Vikings.
This is true. They did land, or we did.
What
whatever.
was it? What was that town? They found that one town over there. Something Lamol. Nah, damn it. Something Meadows.
It's personal
I know
to
it
me.
began with an L. I know it began with an L, whatever the name of the village is that they found there, because it was buried under all kinds of freaking shit along the shoreline.
Yeah, I can't. It's the name's hard to pronounce too.
Lanell Meadows or something like that, or God, I can't remember.
It's got a guttural sound to it, but it's. I remember watching a video about that particular finding. It's there's a bunch of archaeological videos where they talk about all the stuff they found there.
Is it Lonze Ox Meadows?
With me, it's kind of personal because on my dad's mother's side of the family, the English and Irish and the Norse ancestry comes through my grandmother on my dad's side, and it's rumored that Leif Erikson and Eric the Red were our ancestors.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
Tony. That's the right one, Tony. That's the right one.
I haven't heard of that before. That's cool.
Yeah, I remember seeing it a while ago.
A lady I went to school with is a descendant of Ragnar Lothbrok. Actually, it's been proven. She's a direct descendant.
There's a video floating around on YouTube that talks about the actual historical Lothbrok.
Well, that was one of the things that drove me nuts about the History Channel. For all the stuff that they did really cool with that Viking show early on, some of the things that they screwed up so bad and that everybody bought into was the idea of Rollo. Rollo didn't even exist in the same time period as Ragnar Lothbrok.
Wasn't it like
not even close?
Years difference?
Something like that. Yeah, it was like 150 to 250 years difference.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, what they included was correct. He did wind up working for the French, and they did give them Normandy. And that's why I tell anybody, look, if you claim that you are British, you're a French Viking as well, because we all know that the Normans had conquered Britain at one point.
There was a huge swath of Northumbria that was called Daneland.
Yeah.
Wow.
And those of you who don't know what that is, that's basically northeastern England, but it's close up to the Scotland's borders, and even
near Sheffield.
Northumbria was part of Scotland and northern England, northeastern England.
Sheffield and Newcastle, I believe, that area.
Yeah, bunch of history. My great grandfather, he was in the Gordon Highland Brigade, and his father, Gordon Highland Brigade. And there's a lot of Norse influence over Scotland, and there's just a bunch of fascinating history in all of my ancestry. It just blows my mind. It's awesome.
Draven was around for it. He's 700 years old.
I am. Did somebody say gypsy? Gypsy woman. Oh, that's witchy woman. Sorry.
What's going on, Draven?
Not much. Off work, so figure it stop in.
Well, that is actually, there is something funny about gypsy as far as my family is concerned. What would be my great grandparents were actually gypsies in Hungary.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know whatever happened to them. They shipped my grandfather off at 11 years old over to the States to live with sponsored relatives that were already here, and that was like the last we ever heard about him.
Oh wow.
Papa John, that is definitely stupido.
Did he steal a bunch of your stuff before he disappeared?
Spain say estúpido. People from Mexico say stupido. And it's stupid.
You know why most of the Spanish-speaking people, especially from Spain, why they tocó la list? You know why, right?
Steal. Spanish.
It was one of the kings. He had a lisp, and they wanted him to not to feel weird, so everyone started speaking the same way.
Damn. Didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Probably came from Lisbon.
Spanish is Italian's uglier cousin.
I agree.
And French is just inbred.
Yeah, I had a teacher in high school. He was half Italian, half Irish, and he was a shop teacher. But he always used to talk about history all the time. And he goes, all those people in Argentina, he goes, they're all Italian. They're not Spanish at any level. He goes, that's where we sent all the dumb ones. Then he cut himself on the machine. He goes, hey, look, I just bled out all my Irish blood. Now I'm 100% Italian.
Chris Fisk, Spanish is just a jive version of Latin.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Holy shit.
Ain't that the truth, Mr. CCDV? Yeah. You barely speak American.
Hey, you know that English is a Germanic language, right?
Say it again?
English is a Germanic language.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Most people don't know that.
Nice.
Because ancient English is completely different from modern English.
Yeah.
And all the German tribes were basically migrating and settling in what was probably back then called Albion. And Albion is the original name of Great Britain, of the island itself.
Hey, what's going on? Bruce Lombardo of Dick's Division. What up?
What up, Bruce?
Sorry, Steve, go ahead.
The closest the closest you'll get to ancient English now, I think, is Welsh.
Sure, yeah, with lots of romantic loan words, but you got to realize from the time Rome left Great Britain to the time when all the Celtic tribes were fighting with basically the North barbarians, which were the Germanic tribes that were migrating, and it probably has a minor influence, but it's probably still there. You can probably tell. But you'd really have to look.
I think that's also one of the things too, Bear. A lot of people don't realize that what is considered Wales and the Welsh people, they were the original Britons, because when the Saxons came in, they drove them out of what was Britain, and their language actually describes them as how did they say it? They were called natives, and in Saxon language, native was Welsh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have any Welsh ancestry that I know of. It's possible, but it's mostly Celtic, Scottish Celtic, and a little bit of English. And the English, they lost all their tribes years ago. They forgot who their clans were and stuff like that, because they had clans too back at one point in time. Not necessarily like the way the Scottish clans are and the Irish clans are.
Yeah.
But they basically forgot who they were.
It is interesting. And I wonder how much stuff we did lose as well, in history and in time, and just people looking to corrupt more.
Countless knowledge.
Yeah, because look what's going on right now. They're trying to change the language. They're trying to erase things. They go back into history books and shit didn't happen anymore. So imagine what they did back in the day when we didn't really have all this connection around the world, where people know more stuff. I think it's very interesting.
Well, you know what's kind of
think what we had to go through, those of us that are pagans, and think what all the other pagans had to go through just to have a memory of what was and what little we still have of that memory. Because I'm not a Christian. I walk in Celtic way. I walk the native way, and I've always felt a kinship to Norse ways. I don't know very much about it, but I instinctually can feel all that stuff.
Yeah.
Real quick, Bear. Tony has actually got to bounce out. Want to give him a minute to go ahead and talk to everybody in the chat and let him know where he's going to be at and what he's going to be doing. So I got to play this for you, Tony.
You know me.
that I don't remember smelling you before. Who are you and where do you come from?
Man, my childhood. Damn, that hits me in the feels. Yeah, man. So number one, sorry guys that I got to bounce a little early, but I just got home from work a little while ago. I got to go, fulfill my normal routine when I get off of work, which usually involves gorging myself and then purging in the bathroom to maintain a beautiful figure for everyone in the chat. I love all of you in the chat. You guys rock. Thank you so much. I'll be over on ETEP's channel a little later. ETEP Akulian's Place to Be Reviews, along with my fellow horsemen, Chris Fisk, Vinny, Red Gaze, and the man himself, ETEP, for going in raw. And check out the Clown World Review. Tomorrow night, we have the Monday Night War retrospective. We're going to be talking about the greatest time to be a fan of professional wrestling, the Attitude Era, the Monday Night War. And yeah, if that ain't your thing, check us out on Friday over on my channel. Well, first I'll be over on Vinny's channel, 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, 5 p.m. Yeah, that's the normal time.
Yep, and then a little while after that stream goes off the air, we'll be over on my channel for Liars, Life in a Rocket Ship, and just kind of picking up where we left off on Vinny's, just talking about current events, just whatever the topic of the weekend might be. So, again, love you guys in the chat, love you all on the panel. Lasso, awesome streaming with you finally.
Yeah, you too. This was great.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
And look at that. Lasso's up here, and along with Soul Assassin dropping those links, Lasso's dropping links as well. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely. So
yeah. Thanks for dropping in, Tony. It's always a pleasure, man. I just wish we always had more time. I mean, I know my streams usually run counterproductive with everything that you guys usually do with ETEP. So I truly do appreciate when you guys take the time out, you and Vinny both, and stop on here. I really do appreciate it.
Man, I want to come on here every week. It's just my fucking job, man. I need to start a Patreon, and that can be my job. Yeah.
Remember, just put in the titles. I hate SJWs. Send me money.
Yeah.
I hate SJWs. PayPal. So, yeah. I hope everyone has a great week. I hope to stream with everyone again soon. And yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow.
You guys.
Hey, man. See you in like an hour and about an hour.
Yep. See you in an hour.
Enjoy, brother.
Take care,
All right,
man.
Tony.
Take care and be well.
Dude. He's gonna go get himself nice and slim now. It's amazing.
Oh man. Oh, that hurt my chest a little laughing.
Oh no. It sounds like you have what I had, which was the coof.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he's a vampire as well.
Or the vampire AIDS is what I call it.
No. See, I would get the werepig virus.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was watching a show earlier, and they were talking about mythical beast and everything like that, and they were talking about the close relationship that there actually was there between werewolves and vampirism.
Yep.
That there was like crossovers between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that they were two distinct lores.
Yeah, so when I give you the vampire AIDS, it mixes with your guinea pig DNA and turns into the werewolf AIDS or whatever.
The Fox told me that's how he created monkeypox.
Yeah, exactly.
It's AIDS mixed with vampire AIDS, mixed with monkey DNA, and your mom.
Your mom.
Trust the science. I got coof.
What's up, Frankie? Good to see you. Joe Biden's daughter told me he never grabbed her when he showered her because she was 10 at the time and way too old for him.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, shit. I saved a hilarious meme just for you. I'll share it. Oh, let me get rid of the bottom part here. So We got. I won't repeat it verbally, but everyone else can read it. Because we know.
Hey,
Mama
man,
Susan doesn't
my
like
girlfriend said I was a pedophile. I said that's a pretty big word for a 9-year-old. Come on, man. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Are they going to come down on guinea pigs? Are they really going to harass small animals?
I heard he got thrown out of school back in the day because he got caught making out with a 5th grader, and that's when he realized maybe teaching's not for me.
Damn.
Oh man, we got another great one here. This was specifically for Hunter. It was.
Did anyone notice that heavy silence?
Well, there was words of wisdom from Joe to Hunter when he was a child. It's right here. He's like, yeah, we don't want you boys growing up in radical jungle. You might get addicted to crack and prostitutes. Right there. Just that look.
That's a truth bomb too, though. That one's actually epic.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, he literally said that in front of the Senate too.
Wow. I think I remember seeing that.
These people are all just nut jobs.
You know, I wish somebody would just go back and take every single clip of every stupid thing that Biden has ever said and just put it out there. I guarantee people would probably say it's some kind of freaking right conspiracy theory, made up thing, blah blah blah. They'd probably say that Alex Jones was behind it.
They're gonna blame Putin.
Oh yeah, true.
What are you talking about? Infowars.com. We got the scoop. We got all the footage. We got everything. Remember that. And vitality pills. If you want to get rock hard, again, your hard-ons help us stay in business. So remember, go to Infowars.com, buy from our store and everything. We have band.video as well because they keep hitting us. So yeah, go do it. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Let's go, Brandon.
What's going on, Kai? I see Kai's in the house as well. What up? Nelson, Ragnar Lothbrok is the one Viking who never had to grape women because they threw it at him all the time.
Oh,
that's right.
Shit.
They threw that pussy cat at him all the time.
You know,
somebody say gash.
We got all the footage on that as well. Gash. I like young gash. I like regular gash. Young gash. Normal gash. Young gash.
Young Gash. Hey, I'm talking to you. I said Young Gash.
Is mine the in-between gash?
Yours is Vampire Gash.
Oh, the Vampire Gash. Okay.
That's why he had to sail to England to get away from all the gashes. Turned out there was gashes there too. They almost died from suffocation. Or was it the snakes that killed him? Actually, I think it was snakes that killed him. I think it was a constrictor.
Hey, you're killing me. Oh, you heard the other thing that Biden said, right? He said he's his whole family, they're very religious. He's a devout Catholic, and he goes he says that his son is he's a devout Crystal Methodist.
Have you ever wondered how sad it is that your son's only sexual outlet is tossing off to magazines in the bathroom?
You could be Hunter and just be walking around naked with a gun in your hand pointing at prostitutes.
And 2.6 grams. I'm correct.
He was very upset. He spent a lot more, and he was flipping out.
Tommy's dying.
Yeah, man.
I know. I can't believe that Vinny doesn't already have the Doc Holliday thing for me already. How's it going there, Lunger?
At least the prostitutes powder their nose, though.
I gotta find more clips for you.
What's up, Judas Goat Barbecue? Good to see you. Tango and Gash.
That's right. That's a classic. Right there.
Oh,
good. But I do got to get going. I got to run to the store before the stream starts. So, but it was a blast. I love dropping in here anyway. Happy to see you back, Tommy. But make sure, man, get more rest. We want you feeling a lot better. Because there's plenty of toys to talk very, very soon. And yeah, hopefully we get Lasso on the next one.
Oh, I already told her she has to be there now.
On the very next one.
That's it. You know what you should have done, Tommy? You should have done a My Little Pony episode since you're horse anyway.
Chris, that's a hell of a comment. That could be a movie T-shirt.
Holy hell. But you guys and girls are fantastic. Much love to everybody here. Again, catch me over on eTups in about an hour. Oh, look, dude, he already pulled it up.
Yeah.
Lightning fast. There he is. That movie was so good. But everyone, and please continue to support. Again, if you don't want to send me super chats, because I hate SJWs over on my channel, you can definitely back my projects because they all ship immediately. We have Shadow of the Kraken, fantastic pirate story. This one just came out, 52 pages. He's still laughing about that with the SJW thing. All right, but no, seriously, I have awesome projects, so go check them out. City of Venus 2, I'm actually starting work on that one. We have Through the Woods, rather, as well. Through the Woods is fantastic. Hardcover, beautiful book. We have the writer out there in the chat right now, Frankie knows. It's the people who've backed it. They said it's one of their favorites, if not their favorite, independent book that they've ever gotten. So that is, huge compliments all around. That we're very, very grateful. So and again, everyone who's been telling me how much that they love Shadow of the Kraken, the story that they fell in love with, they can't wait to see where it goes and what I'm going to be doing with it. That is really, really great. So please continue to support all that stuff. Remember, like and subscribe over here as well. Like and subscribe over on my channel, Vinny Art. I put up the Harrison Ford today. The Harrison Ford reviews Indiana Jones. So take a look. That third-party figure is amazing, and I try to make it a little bit funny for you guys by giving you good old Harrison.
Did Hans Cock show up?
I made mention of Hans Cock during it, but I did straight up Harrison.
Okay.
Hans Cock is the only cock you need. But we had legit Harrison Ford in reviewing just a fantastic figure because he's a damn good friend of Vinny Tardamellis. So
what's kind of funny? That
What's
they
that?
found Hans Cock in the most wretched hive of common villainy.
You're not wrong. It was Leia's vagina. All right, I'm out, guys.
If anybody knows about that, it's George Lucas. What's going on, George? I know Jesus was also in the house to see you off as well, Vinny. So we have some celebrities in the house. I'm waiting for God to show up as well. We've had the God, we had the devil, we had Jesus.
Where the hell's Tim when you need him?
Hold on. He's called Starcock over on my videos because he just wanted to put on a mask. That's George Lucas, creator of Star Wars. Hi, George. Kathleen Kennedy's a whore with shit breath. I love you all. Have a great night.
All right, Vinny. Thanks for being here, buddy. Oh man, that killed me. My chest hurts now.
Maybe it'll help clear you out.
Mm-hmm.
I wish. I've been taking all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I talked to Dega, and he was telling me, take this, take that, and it'll help.
Try
it'll
Mucinex?
clear everything. No, I'm actually working on a few other things to try to clear out the top of my lungs. It's just in the top of my lungs now. That's
Gotcha.
it.
What are you taking for expectorant?
I actually got a few different things I'm taking for night. So I'm taking the heavy duty flu type syrups, like the shit that's right, like the Vicks and everything like that. Then I'm taking the what is it, the D3, the zinc, and
there's one thing.
Dega told me to take fenugreek to help clear out my chest as well.
There's one thing that I use. You can get a 12-hour slow release Goosefin pills. It's an expectorant. You find it in Robitussin, but that's the only thing that's in this, and there may be a decongestant with it. It helps helps you be productive and get all the stuff and gets rid of the mucus. I take it during allergy season along with my regular allergy medicine because it really helps, and you might find it very helpful. Also, slippery elm is also good in tea form. It's got an expectorant in it too. It's tasty as well.
Well, I'm usually pretty good. Like most of the day, I get a little bit of coffee in here. It's when I start laughing that it starts killing me. And I found that out the other day when I had to go out to the store when the wife was sitting there with the pink eye and feeling all woe is me and staying in the bedroom, and I'm laughing at her and I'm dying. So I go out to the store, and then I don't know, the lady at the register said something that made me laugh, and I felt like I was coughing up a lung. And I was like, okay, it's only when I laugh. So
That's
then
how
what
it
did
was
I?
with me too.
Oh, so you know what I did today? Knowing that, my dumbass goes on and I start looking for older movies, and I start watching like Chevy Chase with Modern Problems. I start watching Armed and Dangerous with John Candy. Yeah. Probably not the smartest move because I was just dying. I love those old comedies.
Awesome.
Speaking of like comedies, I watched Beverly Hills Cop the other night. Which is pretty good.
Oh, I love that first.
Been a while
one.
since I've seen that. Yeah, that's the one I watched. Yeah.
And see, we asked for God, and God showed up, and the Lord said, "Let there be Vinny." We only get the best here on this channel. Tony says, I thought Slippery Elm was a Walton thing. But we never asked you, Draven. You were the latecomer to the stream. So when you started, did you actually have plans for a channel initially? And if not, how long were you hanging in the chat before you decided to start a channel?
I didn't initially want to do a thing, but I didn't necessarily make a channel to talk about like all the topics and stuff. It was more of like I play video games a lot, so why not do that and let other people enjoy what I like to do. So that's why I started. And I would say maybe like a couple months before I started my own channel. And I didn't come in because of Star Wars. I came in because of Captain Marvel. That was the catalyst for me.
So what kind of technology leaps did you have to go through to learn?
What kind of technology leaps? Oh, yeah. I went to school for digital arts, so that not that much of a jump for me. So
basically, what some of us took us a longer time to learn, you were already taught.
Yeah, I was already taught to some degree. It's just a matter of because it was like 5 or 6 years since I had done anything with that, so it was more just reteaching my stuff. Some of the stuff like Photoshop, relearning some of those, and Photoshop has tutorials and stuff within its program itself to teach you. So I just did a lot of those, and if it wasn't on there that I seen, looking up tutorials on YouTube, and then listening to other people as far as how to grow your channel or whatever, right. Stuff like that. But,
it was a learning curve for me, and it wasn't easy, but I got there. I'm still learning.
I think the hardest stuff was probably Streamlabs and OBS and stuff like that. Just getting the inputs and stuff and all that together. But I've run sound from my church, so doing that kind of stuff isn't that difficult for me.
How do you get inside a church if you're a vampire?
I get invited.
Papa Cotton, you are absolutely correct. It actually works the same way that I'm trying to think what it's called now. When the priest comes in, an exorcism. It works like an exorcism too, because it exorcised Stephen at his own place when he lit it.
Well, hey, we know that it's it'll definitely make you clear your stomach.
I swear, when he lit that, did you
smell the gag?
Oh yeah, well, when I made the very first one and I lit it outside the house, because she said I could not light it inside the house. She walked outside when I lit it and she started gagging and crying and ran inside.
Oh, the shit candle.
Weren't we in a yard when you were doing that?
No, I was sitting outside on the outside lanai. It's just screened in the lanai area. So yeah, she was standing by the door when I lit it, and just started crying and ran inside.
That isn't how she got pink eye, is it?
No. That would be funny though. It's like an enema for your nostrils.
Yeah, that's how you get shit faced.
Exactly. Well, the funniest thing is when I brought that one to Walton, he was sitting there. Well, why is it double bagged? I said, that's for me to know and for you to find out much later, because you are not opening not one of those bags in this car. So when he got it back to his apartment, he opened one bag and he was like, oh my God. I said, yeah, let's leave it that way until after I leave. And I'm pretty sure when he lit that thing on that live stream, I'm pretty sure he fell down. He tried to play it off like he didn't, but I think he fell down trying to run away from the stench. It was beautiful. I actually did a clip of that on my channel. Oh, it was so much fun. Everybody was laughing at him. And then we made him light it a second time when Vinny showed up on the live stream. I guilt tripped him. I said, you're into supporting independent creators. I said, here's an independent creator that wants you to relight that candle for him because he didn't see it. And then Walton, like an idiot, lit it again.
Oh, man. Imagine a stink birthday candle prank.
Well, his kid left him. The kid left him like he ran out of the house or something. Let's hope Tommy doesn't make birthday candles. I think that would be a wonderful thing to start sending Walton a birthday candle every year. He'd be dumb enough to light it.
I think it's a good idea. And label it some really great scent.
Put it in a Paltrow candle box.
Absolutely does not smell like shit. That's what I'll label it.
If they make Gwyneth Paltrow made a candle that smells like her vagina, right? But imagine if you make like a candle that smells like penis, and you light 50 of them in a room full of blind altar boys. That's going to create a panic.
So you asked me about when I started streaming. So Captain Marvel came out March 4th of 19, and I started streaming August 2nd of 2019. That's when I started streaming on my channel.
April 19th for me.
So
same year.
Yeah, I forget exactly when I know.
And all them kind of like inspired me to start everything.
Well, that's one thing I do hear a lot of people always say that there was somebody that inspired them to start a channel. And I swear I really do feel alone sometimes. And maybe that's just because I'm so fucking weird. But I don't have anybody that inspired me to create a channel.
I wouldn't say necessarily inspired, but like kind of like if you want to say something or do something like this.
Well, I know, but most people say somebody, they seen somebody doing this and they were, they were kind of inspired to do it because what they seen what other people were doing. I really wasn't, because I didn't see anybody at the time, at least. I didn't see anybody doing what I wanted to do. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about Transformers and old movies. That's what I really wanted to do. I mean, I started off mentioning World of Warcraft because that's what I was playing at the time. And then it went right from there talking about Transformers and shit. Like, because I didn't really see a whole lot of channels doing that at the time.
Yeah, now
And
I'm kind of like leaned into the. I do gaming on Twitch, but I like lean into like the wrestling and all that stuff now more than, like I guess gaming, at least over on this side.
Good one, Bone. Yeah, Bone put Papa Cotton's channel. Papa Cotton said, I don't need subs, so Bone said, unsubscribe here.
Bones got you covered, Papa.
So hey, when you need assistance, call. Is it 8475309?
9, right? It should be. I remember reading something or hearing something about that, and they were saying that whoever's number that was, they were talking about how they were constantly getting all these damn calls from people. Because that was actually somebody's legitimate number.
That was a legit number, yeah.
Okay. And Stieg has to go. It's pretty late there for him. He's got to get up early because he's got coastal regions to go raid and pillage of everything that they have. So we're going to go ahead and
pillaging needs to start early.
Yeah, let them know what you're not doing.
Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm not doing her. Anyway, yeah, I'll be on Morris channel on Wednesday, I think, if I'm awake, for the Cringe Factory thing, and I think that's it this week. So, yeah,
no more Lord of the Rings or Tolkien stuff right now.
Not at the moment, because we finished the Silmarillion, and Teresa had to add to her education, so she's been busy for the last few weeks, so she won't be done for another 2, I think. And when we do that, we're moving on to Terry Brooks's books. We're going to start the Sword of Shannara. So that's going to be fun.
Terry Brooks.
Terry Brooks.
He's up in Seattle. He's not too far from me.
Awesome fellow. Awesome writer.
Yes, he is. Also, don't forget about Sean. He's a great guy, too.
Oh, Stackhouse. No, Speakman.
Speakman, yes. He's a great author himself. He's been Terry's gatekeeper for a long time, and I was probably one of the first few to get a sample of one of his books that he wrote and put out. He sent me a sampler, the PDF, and I don't know what the hell became of it, where it went, but that's how I discovered Sean. Me and Sean, we've been somewhat familiar with each other for a few years now.
Yeah, it's called Dark Thorn. Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Dark
I have
Thorn,
that book.
Yeah. I got to read the sampler for the first book.
Well, that's pretty cool.
So I'm hoping one of these days to go get a signed copy from him from the first book.
Damn it, Frankie.
That's a good one.
Shit Sticks sounds... that's the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, buddy, you want some shit sticks? That could definitely be put in Tito Waititi Star Wars.
He probably did put it there.
Hey, you remember the Love and Thunder video I made a while back? Remember what I said was going to happen?
Oh, with the movie shit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? You don't
and he
say.
said he was going to do it. He said he was going to do it.
I know. But people, hey, man, everybody watches it.
Yep.
I remember everybody bitching.
I need to get to bed.
All right, Steve. Thank you for stopping on, man. You have a good night, buddy.
Take care, all of you, and
Bye,
the same to the
Steve.
chat. Good night.
Good night. Have a good one, man.
They made Zeus wear a skirt.
What kind of skirt?
Well, I remember everybody bitching about that, and I remember all the videos that were going out there, and I'm going to, how do you say it? I'm going to destroy your
mythos.
Your mythos. Yeah, and he was talking all that trash, and that was right around. It was right around the time right after the crap with Ollie was just dying down. But there were so many people just talking about all this crap that Disney was doing, and then, like we've talked about before, people ran right back to the teat again. Like, let's go suck some more of that soy milk that Disney is pumping out because they just came out with something new, and I could milk this dead cow for at least 2 months.
But hey, guys, I watch it so you don't have
You
to.
don't have to. Yep.
Man.
Every time.
Man, you guys are doing such a great service.
I may have stated that statement once or twice.
I have never, nor would I ever say to anybody that I'm going to watch this for you so you don't have to. I would never do it. You know what I would tell them?
I may have said something like that.
I when I first started, I might have said something that never actually did the review on it because I didn't give a shit and couldn't be bothered.
That's what I said. I said I'm not going to watch it, period. And as a matter of fact, I have this nasty habit now, and everybody knows that I don't like blocking anybody. I don't care if it's Twitter or YouTube. I don't like having to block anybody, but I have started blocking on Twitter a lot, and it's all the Disney Corporation stuff. Anything that's certified Disney, I don't care if it's Thor, whatever. Crotch, blood, and blunder, or whatever it's called. As soon as I seen that certified thing come up with their little trailer, blocked. I seen them come up with something else, and I was like, something for this was months ago. I seen the strange stuff, whatever. I was like, block. Yeah, I just started blocking all of them left and right. Anything Disney I see come across my feed, it gets blocked instantly.
Last thing I actually watched was...
I block all advertisements on Twitter. Especially the ones that keep popping up over and over again. Yeah, have you ever noticed you'll open a conversation and the second comment's a goddamn ad in Twitter? I'm like, what's that got to do with this conversation?
Yep.
Yeah.
The last thing I saw was the new Spider-Man, but that was more of like a culmination of like years of that people wanted. So I was like, I'll give it a shot, and it was good. But after that, I haven't watched anything. And before that, I didn't watch anything since, what was it? Black Falcon and Winter Soldier or whatever.
You know what the last Disney product I ever watched was? Go ahead, take a guess.
The Lion King?
No. The very last thing that I watched was Disney, was Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Okay.
I did not watch Endgame. I didn't watch any of that other stuff. None of it. Not one of their shows. I didn't even watch any of the trailers. Like when those trailers came out for that Boba Fett shit, I knew it was going to be trash. I didn't even watch the trailers. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. You could ask Bear. Bear wanted me to watch some of the Rise of Skywalker just to point out like really bad canonical errors that they have in there. And I told Bear, I said, Bear, I do not want to watch any of this show. I will give you 15 minutes for the entire film. I will pick which 15 minutes I'm going to look at and point shit out that I noticed. And that's all I would do. I would not watch it. Because I can't. I literally, that company disgusts me that much that, I mean, Bear's my friend, and I wanted to help him out. But even then,
we were using
15 minutes.
If I remember correctly, we were using clips.
Right.
Not the actual
Bones
movie.
got a point. Sony is still cool to a degree. But yeah,
weren't they just doing some stupid
but
shit?
They do
too?
They do stupid shit too. But
yeah,
but there was something that just recently came up that Sony did that they were just like caving in. It seemed like. I don't remember what it was.
Hey,
I seen it
the night we went and seen Rise of Skywalker. Me and my wife, my fucking van broke down on the highway.
I hate watch that movie.
So yeah, that's a very bad tasting movie.
No, see, I haven't watched any of that other stuff, CJ. I gave up on all that stuff. I've never watched Rise of Skywalker other than the 15 minutes that I was helping Bear with, and I didn't watch 1 second of Last Jedi. Refuse.
I'd rather support things like Sonic 2, or I might actually go see the Minions. That kind of stuff. And what was it? The new thing, Top Gun, Maverick, stuff like that. That shit's actually good. Doesn't have any of that bullshit in it, and yeah.
I heard that was good.
Oh, it's so good.
And it was recently too. I don't remember it.
Well, you know what? I was like that with Ghostbusters Afterlife. I was so worried about because I mean, I never watched was that 2016 one?
Oh, I did, just to see how much of a shit show it was.
I never watched it. I seen a few of the previews, and I was like, I am not going to watch that.
I paid like $1 to see it. It looks like
I wouldn't have paid 50 cents for it. You know what?
I wish I could get my money back.
You could have paid me $1, and I still wouldn't have seen it. But I wanted no part of that movie. So when I seen Afterlife, I was so hesitant to see that movie, and I had heard tons of people talking great things about it. But I remember everybody like hyping up a couple other movies that I couldn't stand either. And one of them was actually still surprises people is like that Joker movie. I didn't think it was bad, but I did not find it as entertaining as everybody else said. And I damn sure didn't find it rewatchable because when I bought it on DVD, I watched it once and I started to watch it a second time and turned it off because it was just that boring.
The problem is that movie is so freaking depressing. And it just, I don't know, it drains a lot out of you emotionally. At least for me.
Yeah, I was like that at first too, CJ. And then I finally, I went out and I picked DVD up, finally. And this is the same thing I did with Joker. And I got to tell you, I was actually pleasantly surprised. There was a few stupid things in there that were really just like super retarded. They were just so goofy. But for the most part, it felt like a Ghostbusters movie.
Yep.
And they showed a lot of respect to the original cast members and everything, especially towards the end of the movie. And I really did appreciate that.
I just
all right, take care of Time Prophet.
Take care. I just hope the next film doesn't follow the Last Jedi trope, because they kind of rehashed the first Ghostbusters with Afterlife in a way. I hope we don't get that in the second one.
I mean, that's the thing, though. That's what you got to worry about when they look back at this and they say, okay, well, the stuff that we put in there to get the nostalgia trip from everybody, I think we're going to need to keep that to keep them paying attention. You've already given us these new characters. You gave us some of the love to the old characters. Now it's okay for you to kind of move on from it.
Exactly.
And I think a lot of these companies get scared to do that.
Did you guys happen to notice the shirt that the one younger boy was wearing?
No.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Patterns.
No.
The color patterns was the transgender flag.
Didn't notice
on the shirt. It was a button-up shirt. I noticed it the second time I watched it. I was like, what the hell is that? And then I took a closer look, and it's the transgender flag on the T-shirt. Yeah.
Damn.
And I'm so tuned to see all these things and aware of it now, and it's like I see it all over the place.
Well, here's my take on that, though, Bear. Here's my take on that. If as long as you're not sitting there making a spectacle out of it, if it's sitting in the background and you're not making a big deal out of it, for the most part, I'm not going to care.
Yes,
you know what I mean? It's when they have to sit there and bring attention to it that I have a problem.
The only thing that I have a problem with is them putting stuff like that on kids. It should be on adults, because an adult can make a subconscious and conscious decision to have that lifestyle. I don't like them putting stuff like that on 10, 12-year-old kids because they're still not thinking about adult things. They're thinking about adventure and fun things to do.
Yeah.
And that's what should be happening, and I didn't like it because I'm a father. I have kids. I have a soon to be 14-year-old.
And it is a shame that so many of these companies are doing that.
Out adventure, having fun.
It is a shame that so many of these companies feel the need to do that too. It's
CJ, the new Ghostbusters movie. The one kid that's savvy with cameras and tech, the podcaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's like AEW does this.
It wasn't very loud, but I noticed it.
AEW does this kind of the same thing. Like, not only do they have a trans wrestler, but one of the wrestlers wears a BLM armband. And it's just like, every time I see it, like, I'm not a big fan of the wrestler to begin with, but every time I see it, I just roll my eyes. But at least they're not putting it in like a storyline, or they're not like overtly bringing attention to it. Like, and I'm fine with that because it doesn't need to be, honestly, I would wish he didn't wear it at all. But if he is going to wear it, at least don't bring attention to it.
I always use Mercedes Lackey as an example because a big portion of her characters are gay, lesbian, and she writes those characters really good because she doesn't put their sex life in the story first. That's not part of the story. It's there. It's briefly described, but it's not a whole part of the story. And if they were to check out some of Mercedes Lackey's books, they would be able to tell how to do this stuff without sacrificing the story. And she doesn't put this stuff on kids in the story itself. It's got nothing to do with that.
I get what you're saying, Papa. I get that. I don't know. Just to me, it's like, okay, like the demographic, like there are those people that watch AEW. So like if they want to acknowledge it, then that's fine on them. Whatever, do what they're gonna do. Whether he wears the armband or not, they're gonna support that thing anyway. So, but yeah.
CJH wants to know what's your thoughts on Stranger Things? Anybody?
I loved it. I thought this new season was great.
I haven't watched it yet.
I've maybe watched 2 or 3 episodes, and that was only because my brother was watching. So Lasso and Angela Straven, I'll let you guys go. Lasso, what did you like about it?
Well, I liked this season because it felt more like season 1. I feel like it had a lot of, it was more interesting, and I really liked the bad guy was cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very cool. And
my thing about the bad guy is like that, and in the show in general, is they use a lot of practical effects.
Yes.
Which is a dying art. And they do it very, very well in this season.
Yep. Same. I really appreciated that about this season. And now I think I read, wasn't the Robert Englund, wasn't he involved in the creature's design?
I'm not sure if he was involved in the creature's design, but he's in the season.
Okay.
He's the dad or whatever. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil things. But.
Yeah, that's true. But this season was great, and I loved Eddie because I don't know if you guys watch Razor Fist.
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie reminded me of like what Razor Fist might have been in high school. I got a kick out of that.
I can see that. Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that I've seen dozens of times, but I just haven't really sat down to watch it. I mean, there's so many of these shows I started watching, and it got so far into it, and I was like, ugh, I can't tolerate this anymore. One of the ones that everybody's talking about right now is the Orville. There's a lot of people, I can't stand it, dude. I hate it. This new season of the Orville, I can't stand it. It doesn't feel like the Orville of season 1 and 2.
I will agree
season
with
1
that
and 2. Season 1 and 2 was hilarious. It was comical. It didn't take itself too serious. This one feels like they're taking themselves so serious, and they feel like they've got to interject every little thing with the society that we're dealing with right now. Like,
I've
there's
noticed
much
that too.
Yeah.
interjecting
I caught
that
that.
it's just made me back away from it. I can't watch it anymore.
I haven't finished watching it either.
Yeah,
I
same.
watched the
Kinda thinking the
season.
same thing.
I watched the episode with what's her name taking over as the leader of the what are they? The Krill, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Krill.
The Krill, yeah. I watched that episode. And that was a little
that was allegory.
Yeah, that was a little open, a little ham-fisted there.
Well,
that
if
was-
you really, I was going to say, if you wanted to see worse than that, you should have seen the one after that, where
I haven't watched
they
that
went
one
back.
yet.
They went back to. Well, I don't want to get into depth, but they went back into an issue they had with Bortus's son. They went back to that issue.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The robot issue.
And no, the
Yeah, the
How-
robot
how-
issue.
yeah,
Yeah, starts Transformer issue is what he's getting.
Yeah.
At.
yeah. It was it was so easy to see where they were going with it, and it became irritating to me.
I will say with
watch it.
Stranger Things, going back to that, the only thing that I thought was a little weird with this season is the stuff with Will, and they're kind of alluding that he's gay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is completely out of left field. Like, there was never any like indication of this, like,
Yeah.
in the other seasons. I did, however, like what they did with Robin. I was completely fine with that, like, because it was super subtle, and like when you find out that she actually is this, you know, Steve Harrington is just like, okay, cool, and then we move along with our lives, because that's really what it should be. Like, nobody really gives a shit, like, if that's what you are or not, you know.
Yeah.
It's just what Frankie Knows is saying in the chat. It's too bad that Seth MacFarlane had to change the formula and go with his leanings, we'll say. And it would have been nice if he just would have left that shit out and just wrote a really good science fiction.
I don't understand. Well, I don't understand, Bears. How does he go from the writing that he had in seasons 1 and 2 to this shit?
Well,
You know?
Fox was bought by Disney, so Disney has. I'm thinking maybe there's another comment that said Disney ruined it. Who is that? Let's see, who said that?
CJH, because Disney owns Orville now.
Yeah, and that could have a very big thing to do with that.
Possible. I'm kind of all right with the stuff with Bortus and his kid, because like you find out later that like there is like a whole like people that weren't changed, because the whole race is supposed to be boys, but then you find out that like there's like people that aren't, and then there's like a whole planet that's just the girls of them, which is interesting, and I'm kind of fine with it, but that's just me. I don't know.
Well, I think I
don't know. I don't know about the
episode
episode in question that you're talking about, so I can't really like comment on it.
Well, you know what? That episode that you're talking about from season 2, it wasn't overly played. I would want to say I wasn't. You know, they weren't,
and it was
playing
done
too much
tongue in
into the
cheek.
political
They were being
leadings.
funny about it,
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now they've taken it to a serious aspect in this new season, and it's just like, you know, it turned me off from the show at that point. I was already having
mustache again.
Well, I was already having misgivings about the season when it first started. I was like, well, where's all the comedy in it? Where's the fun in it? When I think of Orville and I think about all the fun I had watching the early seasons, I think about the stupid shit like Bortus and Clyden with the cigarettes. I think about shit like that, and I die laughing thinking
and the
about
mustache
that.
with Bortus too. That's good.
Yeah,
good too.
That porn mustache.
My wife does not like the new Orville. Because normally if my wife falls asleep on something, it's bad. And if she's looking at it like scratching her head like, what? It's bad.
Now, I thought it was hilarious early on, but yeah. The Wilbur. CJ says the mother said something about Will being queer in the first episode. It was quick.
Well,
First episode of this season.
Most folks probably wouldn't like the name Orville from Indiana because the Orville Redenbacher, popcorn festival and stuff like that. That's his first name. Great festivals. Orville Redenbacher used to intermingle with people at the popcorn fest, just walk around all that. A famous guy in Indiana, But then they took the name and called the ship the Orville. Okay.
I'm not a big Star Trek fan, so the show kind of pulls my attention, because I'm not a big Star Trek fan to begin with, and it reminds me of TNG.
It does have those.
And I kind of like that because I watched it all with my ex when I was watching that. I enjoyed so.
Yeah.
Like I said, I enjoyed it for what it was early on, but this season, I see people still praising it. And how can you? I mean, the only reason I can see that people are praising it. Well, I'm thinking that the reason that people are praising this new season is because they feel it's more like Star Trek than Star Trek is now. But even then, it's still got so much of this political garbage crammed into it. In every single episode, it's had political shit crammed into it. And that's really what has turned me off from it.
Yeah, and it didn't start off that way. I really thought when it started off it was going to be a nice alternative to New Trek, but and it started off that way, but not how it's going now.
Oh, what the frick, CJ? H, that's crazy.
Well, add 2 more digits to that number, then
yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah.
They can't help themselves at this point. And then they wonder why.
Anytime
why all these shows are going in the tank, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand Anson.
See, I haven't watched the Boys since season 2 because everybody was telling me how season 2 was kind of woke and stuff. So I just kind of watched the first episode or 2 and was just kind of whatever, and stopped watching.
Well, this new season, they definitely do have a lot of stuff in it. And I know it was mentioned, I believe it was CJH that mentioned, yeah, there it is. The Boys last episode went all out with the Trump stuff. Yeah, they most definitely did. Yeah. And it was kind of
his CJ's other comment, they mocked July 4th and YouTubers and such. So think about it this way. We're renting space in their head.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. Because you know what? They're giving us power. Give us power more. We'll take it. Yeah, keep talking about us. That means that we're getting to you. That means our opinions about your bad writing are getting to you. The fact that we don't care about their race or their color or their creed doesn't matter to us. It's the writing and the good acting, stupid.
Yeah.
Over.
And it really is a shame to watch so many shows start to go down those rabbit holes when they don't need to. I mean, why would you take a winning formula and decide, hey, I'm going to throw a monkey wrench in this just so I can appeal to the minority crowd of people that probably won't even watch my show?
Well,
where do you come off with that kind of reasoning? I mean, how many times do you have to be dropped on your head to come to that conclusion?
Well, they're not being dropped on their head. They're being grabbed by the ankles and being bam, 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 bam. How long can you take something like that,
I think the big channels dipped out of the Boys on season 2. I think that's why they're not talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is a shame, though. I mean, there's another show. It's still got a lot of good visuals and everything to it, but some of the little nonsense they're adding just is turning people away from it.
I think the whole Build Back Worst and the all those things, I think it was all part of the plan. I think it was all done on purpose. It was all connected. And, you know, the what's the other thing? The Great Worst Reset. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all connected.
Well, did you guys see the new Beavis and Butthead?
It was awesome.
I have not seen that
It
yet.
was really
Make
good.
fun of everyone and everything.
They do. It is so good.
It's funny.
The white privilege thing is my favorite.
Took that to a level.
hmm And like I want to clip that part out and put it on Twitter or wherever and be like, this is how stupid you people sound. like this is literally how stupid you, because like they're like talking. They basically Beavis and Butthead walk into a seminar. It was like gender studies or something there, Bear.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking and they're like, oh, they talk about white privilege. And then the students started explaining it to them. And then this black lady's like explaining it and gets interrupted by a white dude and finishes the explanation. And you can see how disgruntled the black lady is while they do it. So afterwards they start like stealing things and they're like, yeah, we got white privilege. Our powerful dads will bail us out and stuff. We'll be good.
Yeah,
they just don't know it yet. They don't know that we have white privilege. So that's why, you know.
Oh, they make fun of Democrats. Everybody,
Mm-hmm.
everybody. I love it. It was funny as hell.
Yeah, you know, that is a very good point, Papa. Anyone ever see anyone around wearing a Build Back Better hat or shirt in real life?
Nope.
No.
I didn't even know they had
Maybe
one.
Les Schwab or all those fine 1%er folks, you know.
You know what? And if all these people believe in all this nonsense, like the shots and all that stuff, how come they're not running around with like Moderna or Pfizer shirts? I'm just saying.
Borge Joros too. Borge Joros. Don't forget about him.
Well, speaking of like what was it, January 4th thing, there's literally people that think that the right, or you know, those people that, as I air quotes, did that, are stupid enough to go unarmed to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
Like there's literal people that believe this.
They're all part of that fourth righteousness thing, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Especially because that side is all about guns and like if they wanted to take over something, they would do it in force.
Mm-hmm.
Like there ain't probably not much that could stop except the military, and even that might be a stretch. So
that would not surprise me.
You know, CJH, it's funny you should mention. I just said something like that the other day in one of the chats, and I said, every time I look at these idiots that are watching the news and like they've forgotten all about something that happened a few weeks to a few months ago, I say that everybody has. I don't know if you guys remember this one from Saturday Night Live, but Tom Hanks did the Mr. Short-Term Memory. That's what all these people on Twitter and everywhere else, that's what they remind me of. Tom Hanks, Mr. Short-Term Memory.
You think about it. The news cycle, the cable news cycle that they started in the late 80s when cable became a thing, it became this hour news cycle on the hour, moving to one thing to the other, to the other, to the other. And when people start watching stuff like that, it literally, in some ways, makes them dumber, and their attention spans get shorter. And so people are not paying attention to what's actually going on. They're too busy watching CNN, MSNBC, and being misled. When actually, start reading some history books and looking for some knowledge is what they should be doing.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. A lot of these people don't even listen to what these people are saying on these newscasts because they actually contradict themselves constantly, because they may have said something 3 or 4 months ago that completely contradicts everything that they're saying now, and they do it all the damn time. But these people are, like you're saying, they're so brainwashed by saying, hey, well, I got to get the news as it's coming in, and it's all brand new every single time, that they literally forget about what happened back then. I'll give you another point, and this was actually for my daughter when she was younger, when they did the first one of the later reboots of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. She was talking with these kids that were in her dance class that she was going to. Yes, my daughter went to dance class for a while. And they were going on and on about this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show that just came out. It's brand new. And my daughter knew about it because I told her, and it's not brand new. It was out when my dad was younger in the 80s. And they were like, no, it's not. It's brand new. It just came out. And that's part of that whole short-term memory. People are not paying attention to whatever happened before. And it's the same damn thing, but it's just on a smaller scale because it's with a toy franchise. But you see it over and over again, especially with the news, like you're talking, Bear, where they keep replaying the same shit in small segments, and they give them lies in smaller segments to make it easier to digest, I think.
Well, even like stuff that they presented is proven to be false.
Yeah.
And people still choose to ignore that. They're like, oh, no, that stuff's real. And then you present them with the actual facts or the full clip, and then they're like, oh, no, that's the doctored clip that you're showing me. It's like, no, it's not. This is the full actual clip of what was said, or, everything.
Yep. Well, that's why Rush Limbaugh used to call them drive-by media.
Well, all the Thunspirious curious is been proven true. Just switch the letters and you got what I said.
Yep.
And that one was a kind of a tongue twister. I had a hard time saying that. Oh, we got going on here. We got bots. Oh, that's the first time I've seen one of those.
Somebody must already got them because
Yeah.
I went to get them. Somebody else already got them.
Yep.
They don't like
because when I go to hit it and click and get rid of them, I get the spinny wheel. Because my internet. Thanks, CenturyLink. You guys are the best. God, this company sucks ass. But holy crap, man. Yeah, I mean, there's so much of that stuff. And I've actually talked to a few people that I know, and they said one of the reasons that they believe everything that these freaking mainstream media and news sites say is because, all these mainstream sites are saying the same thing. Yeah, did you not notice that they are saying the exact same thing? Verbatim? There's no change. They're reading from a script, dummy. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. No, you're just an idiot. You're afraid to admit that you're wrong. Bot lives matter.
Oh, and if you switch the CH and the C with those two words, it still searches and finds the actual thing. I thought that was funny. That's crazy. Let's see.
Yep. Yeah, there is no other side anymore.
Oh, I mean that is that. Well, I mean there is another side. I mean there is two sides of this coin still, but then you got the people that are sitting on the fence in the middle.
Yep, like
that they're afraid to jump. Yeah, they're afraid to jump.
Yep,
they're afraid to pick a side. Yeah, and politicians, you can't trust them. You can't trust most of these politicians.
No.
I mean, even the ones that are really good, trust me, they have a lot of problems that you're not hearing about too. Because the minute you start putting these people in a pedestal and you start idolizing them, that's when they're going to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
What you got, Bear? What you got?
You see, I did a search and actually found it. Funny. Yeah.
Wow.
Tell me there's not some AI going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just did that for shits and giggles. I'm like, holy shit.
I am a vampire. I do play video games, so there is some truth to that.
Yeah. Bunch of craziness in the world gone crazy.
I mean, that's one of the big things too. I mean, what a lot of these people are saying, these people can't admit it, and they can't. They literally can't go back on everything that they want to believe in, and because the minute they do, they know what happens. They get eaten by their own.
Yep. We're starting to see that now, like with certain people.
Well, you seen how bad they went after Bill Maher when he started like trying to flip the coin the other way. That what happened the minute this whole thing with the abortion started, he jumped right back on that side again. Because he had to try to look good in their eyes again because he was getting harassed by them.
Yeah. He's never gonna pick a side.
No, he's always going to bounce back and forth.
Who's that?
Bill Maher.
Oh yeah. There was somebody recently.
He's probably afraid to reveal his true inner self because of cancel culture and stuff like that.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, and cancel culture has been a carnivorous little beast.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
it's just another type of bullying.
Apparently, I forget who it was. They said at the very beginning of the season, his mom mentions it. Nelson.
Yeah, a bone facts. There was no murders before video games. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Kid Love Productions. Frequent flyer miles.
But we know that D&D is where the murders really started.
The Hellfire Club?
Nice.
Is all that Satanist stuff.
If you really want to get deep, it started about 6,000 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious the lengths that these people have to go to try to freaking validate these ridiculous arguments that they create. I mean, you see it on Twitter all the time. I mean, that's why, every once in a while you see Wookie and, Papa and me and a few others just like going to town on some idiot. It's usually because we've seen too much of it in a short amount of time that we feel like we just got to start slapping them around and try to wreck them.
I do that on Facebook.
The minute you get them upset enough that they report you like they did with my old account from over 6 months ago, that's when you know you won. Because when they have to go back 6 months to report you because you hurt their feelings that bad, that's still a win.
You got inside their head. So absolutely.
That is nutty.
Now, I know I upset freaking Twitter with it, too, because they still refuse to acknowledge my appeal.
Speaking of, Judas Goat Barbecue just mentioned backward masking of the 70s. Did you know that, you remember Obama's campaign, Yes We Can? You know what it says when you play that backwards?
No, what's it
say? I recorded the audio and then I played it backwards, and it in fact does say "Hail Satan." Because I heard someone talking about it, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta see that for myself. It's like, oh man, that ain't no man, that's bullshit. So I was like, well, I guess it's not bullshit. I was surprised. I was like, wow. That blew me away. I was like, holy shit. I mean, I had to download from the Play Store an audio recorder that could both play backwards and forwards. And I was like, wow. was blown away.
There's a lot of craziness out there. Guys, I don't know about you, but I am starting to really wear down now at this point. My chest is starting to really get congested, and I need to go. I sound like a junkie, but I need to go pop some pills. So I want to give you guys a chance to go ahead and let everybody know what you got going on and what you're doing and where you're at.
You know me, but I don't remember smelling you before. Who are you and where do you come from?
And I'll smell you later. Well, sometimes known as Ghost Bear. I'm Bear, and I have a channel called Bear Nerd Fun. And you'll see me on Saturdays, and last Saturday I took Saturday off. There is a new song I'm going to be debuting on Saturday, or maybe before Saturday. I don't know yet. And thank you, Tommy, for having me on, and always fun, shits and giggles and all that stuff, and a riot, I guess you could say, in a good way, the funny kind, not the insane.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, Bear. You know.
Thank you to the chat. Thank you for hanging out, and I appreciate you. Tommy appreciates you. We all appreciate you, because without the chat, it wouldn't be a thing. So we'll check you later.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Bear. Always a pleasure. I wish our times didn't run so off and so opposing that I could stop by more often. But I know, I mean, especially since that car accident, that's just really just throwing everything for me.
Oh, hell yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and we're going to move it over to
Scan for identification.
All right. I'm Angelus Draven. You can check me playing video games over on Twitch. And then over here on YouTube, I've been doing the wrestling watch parties. So the next one is going to be Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor. I have Tommy and the rest of the crew that was there when we watched, what was the last one? New Japan Wrestling versus AEW Forbidden Door. We'll watch
that's
it
the
live.
one I missed. That's the one I freaking missed, because that was that right after the accident.
I think so. I think you weren't feeling too good. You might have just got sick.
Okay.
You weren't feeling good. But we'll watch it. We'll have live commentary as we watch it. And then we'll talk about what we liked and what we didn't like afterwards. So stay tuned for that. And then after this one, it'll be All Out, and that is Labor Day. So
awesome.
So got tons of wrestling stuff if that's what you guys are into.
Yeah, man. Draven, thanks for stopping on, man. Hey,
yeah, thanks for having me.
It's so hard to be able to get you on here, because
I
I know once again it's because usually you're working and it's
Yep.
opposing times and everything, but it is what it is. Thank you for stopping on. I do appreciate it. And last but not least,
I'm gravely disappointed. Again, you have made me unleash my dogs of war.
Well, you guys know me. You know where to find me. I don't have a channel, but you can find me on Twitter at The Lasso of Truth, and that's a 0 and of. And this was awesome. This was really fun. Thank you for having me on, Tommy. I really appreciate it. I love your channel so much. The stuff you cover is my favorite stuff. So I was honored to be here. Thank you. And thank you to everybody in the chat for coming.
no, thank you, and thank you for you, Bone, and all my other mods that do the work every week that I can't do when I'm sitting here running the channel. I really do appreciate it. It does mean a lot. Look at all these awesome people that are still here hanging out.
It was good streaming with you, by the way, there, Lasso.
Yeah, you guys too. This was awesome.
All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bounce out of here. Thank you for everybody that has stopped in. You guys are all amazing. Thank you to everybody who's been dropping links in the chat. You guys help me run the channel, whether you realize it or not. And I will be having something special coming your way. I'm actually I'm actually working on a new shirt design. Lasso has seen the early stages of that shirt design. It's going to be a special pig shirt that's going to be for my Pig Reaper mod crew. And you guys are all going to be the first ones who are going to get it, all the mods on my channel, because, you know, like I said, I do appreciate all the work you do. So it's going to be an exclusive shirt that's going to be just for the mods before I redo the shirt and then offer it on the merch store. So it at least will be one of a kind for all you guys. So
looking forward to that.
You should put a bear in the background peeking around a corner in that one. Around a tree.
Well, I think at some point I'm going to wind up doing a few more shirts where I'm going to include almost every single person that has been on the channel in some way, shape, or form, and I'm going to have little mini icons on the shirt for everybody. How I'm going to put a shirt together like that, that's going to take some time. I mean, that's a lot of editing work, but I can pull it off. But once again, thank you to everybody that's been in the chat. Thank you for dropping some of these amazing comments, for hanging out and chilling with us. I know this is usually my time for going old school retro discussions, but because of being sick and everything, I couldn't really prepare for it. So I wanted to have a nice little stream, just getting back into things and just a chance to just chill with everybody and just chat and have a good time, which we, you know, when we're doing topics on going old school, we don't necessarily get to have as much fun just like going on about whatever we want as we normally would. So this is always fun to be able to do this. I am going to start doing this more often. I think I might do one of these lives, and then the Monday after I'll do a going old school. This way, you know, it gives me more time to prepare for going old school and get as much stuff into those clips and into the show that I want to get in every week, because I want to put in the highest production value for that show, for the nostalgic stuff that I possibly can, because I think every single one of you guys that are coming here watching this deserve that kind of effort from me. But
it sounds awesome.
Hey, you got to be able to put 110%, and then if you're not, then why are you doing it at all? But guys, thank you so much for being here, and we are going to exit out with PWO. Later, y'all.
Forget the picture, you should spend. Assimilated, but you don't know it yet. Attacking us is not very wise. Our army's growing if we see through your lies.
What we are looking at, good and evil, right and wrong. It's a pig world order. A pig world order. A pig world order. A pig world order. Somebody's going to wind up getting their toes nibbled off in here. A pig world order. 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 Better hide your toes as we're coming for 'em. A pig world order. A pig world order. A pig world order.